Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you are, wherever you are. Aloha. I am Manny from Good Dog Press, and welcome to my computer room. And I've been working my butt off for the last 2.5 hours, as you guys see. I had a hard day at work. I came home. I was animating Skunk Girl for you guys. I hopefully get this animation out this weekend. I've been working hard at it, and it's coming out pretty cool. I'm not going to show anybody what's going to happen in that video. It's going to be a surprise. I kind of hinted at on tonight's show. Now you must be wondering, what other show am I talking about? Yeah, I got a call from certain someone, a fellow Aloha Stater, and asked me, "What you doing tonight, Manny?" I'm like, "Just doing some artwork." So what's up? What's up? I said, "Well, you want to be on the pro edition of Drawn and Quartered tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course I want to be on the pro edition of Drawn and Quartered anytime." And that is how I got on there, folks. It was interesting. It was awesome. So I went onto the Drawn and Quartered tonight, totally not ready, not prepared. I mean, I was told what was going to be drawn tonight. I'm like, Disney princesses? I don't remember the last time I drew a Disney princess. I watched a lot of Disney princesses, but I don't remember drawing them. But I said, why not? It's a challenge. It's going to be fun. I'm going to go up against the pros. I'm going to go up against people that, were ready for battle. I wasn't ready for battle, but I think I did okay. I didn't come in, you know, that dreaded last place or second to last place. I think I did the same as I did the last time I was there. You know, fourth up from the bottom, which is not great, but it's not bad either. So I'll take that for not being prepared. And of course, the winner was Ryan Cardinal, which is good for him. Congratulations. He obviously brought his following with him because I think he had the most votes of anybody ever. I think he even had like twice as many votes as any other person ever on that show. It was incredible. They kind of like mercy rule. They had to stop the voting. He had well over 100 votes. That has never happened before. Good going, Ryan. You got your Ryan army backing you up. That was pretty cool. I got to start making a skunk army so you guys can come out here and help me next time I go on that show. Hey, hey, Argos. Hey, dude, I thought I did give you the link, Argos. Well, if I didn't give you the link, yeah, I did 15 minutes ago, Argos Creation. But since I'll send it back, I'll send it to you again, Argos. Don't worry about it. I'll get you up here so you can talk and say what you guys thought about tonight's show. But enough about me. We'll get back to that pro edition of the Drawn and Quartered. We have Risey Lee in the house. How are you doing tonight, Risey?
I'm good, Manny. Thank you for having me on again. And it was awesome to see how good you did in Drawn and Quartered, considering, yeah, it was last minute.
It was totally last minute. It was actually after 5 o'clock. I think it was after 5 o'clock, very close to 5 o'clock. I just got home because I'm having a rough week at work, really rough week at work, people. I was even surprised that I was going to, I thought I was just going to be at home doing some animation, getting that animation done because I know the animation going to take me a while. But yeah, and I saw my phone go off and I'm like, wow, who's this number? Who's calling me? And then sure enough, I was like, oh yeah, cool. It was awesome. It was cool. And thank you for all you out there that did vote for me. I did have I had more votes today than I had the last time I was on the show. So I'm very happy. I'm very thankful for that. Thank you, Chad, for doing that for me. That was pretty darn cool. You know, I had some supporters out there, but we will not mention the traitor. You guys
No.
know who we are talking about. There was another traitor in there, which I could not believe. I'm like, geez, twice he has done it. Uh,
He
I
just
felt
doesn't. He just doesn't get it.
I had the knife in the back and it was twisted. People, you guys saw it. We will not mention it ever again. From now on, his name is Voldemort. All right, how you doing there, Bill?
I'm doing really good. I'm doing really
Awesome.
good.
That is
Yeah,
so
I don't
awesome.
know why my camera's not showing my art.
Well, it is showing you. Oh, why is it showing not showing your art? I don't have it on me. Let me white box it. Yeah, you're black. You might have to jump out and come back in. It's happened to me before, Bill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's try
But
to jump.
I think Manny. I mean, no, it was a really strong competition.
Oh yeah.
It was. It was good. It was, and I liked your piece a lot. I didn't like the over sexualized pieces that were done.
Well,
You
I
know,
mean, I
and
did.
I can see why they did it because they're trying to be the most provocative person on the panel.
Mm, well,
But the really over sexualized pieces didn't even get they didn't win, and I think John's piece was just too much. It was just way too much. That's just my opinion.
I won't say what I was thinking of when I was looking at it. I will not go there. No, I won't. I'll tell
No,
you guys.
I
I'll
didn't
tell.
want, and I would
I'll
tell
tell
him
you the
that. I
secret.
have no problem telling him that.
I'll go in the secret highlight. I'll tell you guys what I thought of it.
No, I mean honestly, there's some areas where it's like um, certain stories and characters you want to emulate the ideals. You know what I mean? And it's important to like you can. There's really no limit to what you can draw. So why go for the lowest common denominator? Just be more creative.
Did you guys see what I put in the secret chat?
Yeah.
I'm serious. I do think I remember that pose.
All right, I'm gonna drop and try and come back in.
Cool. That is cool. As you're dropping out, we're gonna head on over to a guy who's not feeling well. I'm surprised he's even in my up on the panel tonight. How are you doing, Tank?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey man, you
I'm
could have
hanging
just
in there.
sat. Yeah, you could have just hang out in the chat, man. You didn't have to come up here. I know you ain't
I'll
feeling
come up
well.
here and say hi, and because I'm about to head off to bed. I've had
Awesome.
a day full of domestics and business meetings. So
That is awesome.
yeah. But I saw your piece. I rooted for you. I voted for you.
I know you did. You always do. You always part of the crew. That is awesome.
That's
You
right.
always put your best foot forward. That's what I always do.
Well,
We always
yeah,
back each
because
other up.
we have to. We have to help promote each other. We get our fan bases behind
Exactly.
each other. And go,
But
hey,
you-
look how awesome this effort is.
Yeah, but you know what's so funny is that show that I was just on. I only got 2
Mhm.
subs. 2 subs, man. What's up with that?
It's better than nothing. So.
I got 2
It's
subs.
true.
Yeah, I was.
Two awesome
Yes,
subs.
whoever those 2 people are, they're awesome that they came over and they subbed to me. That is cool as hell.
Those people are ahead of the curve. They're in the know
Oh.
before people like really
They-
start catching on, man.
They have no clue what's coming this weekend, people. They have no clue what I've been working on. You guys know what I've been working on. And I
Yep.
can tell you guys, it's been coming out real nice. Just before I went on tonight's show, it's coming. It's coming, people. And if you guys ever go look at those videos, they explode. It's crazy. All you need is that one word. I changed my title the other night. I changed my Skunk Girl thing. I put that Fortnite in there, and I got like 80 subs. I mean, not 80 subs, 80 viewers just because I put Fortnite in it. So you
Of
can
course.
imagine when I put an animation of Skunk Girl doing 3 dances, what that's gonna do. It's gonna
Oh,
be
and that
unbelievable.
stuff is hot right now, man.
It's
They're doing
super hot.
Fortnite dances on the Tonight Show.
It's
Yeah,
not just hot; it's huge.
it's huge. And
It's the
It's
biggest
huge.
any other artists out there making their own animation? I'm not talking about having animation. As Risey Lee said the other night, Manny, you're doing your own animation. What the hell is up with that, Manny? Yeah, it's coming, people. And I do still have my trilogy that I will work on. My Street Fighter trilogy. And people, Street Fighter is still huge, no matter what. Anything
yeah.
with Street Fighter is huge. So you can imagine what's coming, people. Squirrel Girl versus Skunk Girl, 3 rounds.
That's gonna be awesome.
That's going to be nuts, and that is coming.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see your drawing of them squaring off
Yep.
in the round 1 caption.
And it's going to be round 1 fight, and then of course it's going to be Street Fighter, but the ending is guaranteed going to be a little bit more Mortal Kombat. I
Good.
think
it
I
needs
sh-
to be
I-
Mortal Kombat.
I think I showed Tank the ending. I'm pretty sure I showed Tank the ending, and Tank was like, "Yeah, dude."
Well, that's cool because like Street Fighter, the best part was like the beginning
Mhm.
and like the actual controls and moving, and then Mortal Kombat, the best part was the fatalities.
Oh yeah, there is gonna be a fatality, people, guaranteed.
I mean,
Hold on.
yeah, because you should use well, I mean, for take it for what it's worth. My favorite part of both those two games was like the what they call them sprites, right? The the animation for the fighting in Street Fighter and Street Fighter 2 or whatever was so superior for a comic book fan, you know, versus the Mortal Kombat stuff. Mortal Kombat seemed really stiff, but
Cool.
those Street Fighter characters fighting, man, that was just the bomb. It was just so cool. And to see Squirrel Girl face off against Skunk Girl, man, it's just bringing a smile on my face right now.
That is awesome. It's coming, people. It's gonna take a while, so I gotta do my commitments first. I have to get my Tales from Beyond the Gate done first, which I am still working on also. Then I
Yeah.
have to start going heavy into some of the pages on Skunk Girl, which I already did 30 something pages finish art. Just got to ink it now. Then after that, I'll start doing a lot of my. Hey, look who's in our chat! My goodness, Edwin. I thought you were going to go to sleep. That's why I didn't send you the link, man. You know I would always send you the link. That is so awesome. We have Edwin Boyette in the house, in the chat.
That is
Cool.
awesome.
Like I
Cool.
said,
We
I'm
are in good
so.
company.
Oh yes, I'm so thankful that you sent me the link. I mean, you gave me the call up tonight, Edwin. Thank you so much for giving me the
So,
opportunity.
have you gotten a lot of work done on your? Well, actually, I was going to ask Tank. How's your? I haven't heard from you. How's your Tales Beyond the Gate going? How's your work going?
Well, I might be doing a different story. Hold on
How
a second.
come?
Sorry, I'm in a coughing fit. I'll come back to
Oh
you in a minute.
no. Okay, so Manny,
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest to you and to everyone in the World Wide Web. Is like I'm a little intimidated. I haven't done sequential work in about 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because well, life, you know.
Life comes first. I mean, yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah, so I've been reading and rereading the script from Chester, and I've been doing a lot of rough drafts, and I've done layouts for 3 pages. And then I'm looking at the calendar, and now it's like December 13th, pretty much. And I'm like, oh crap, I haven't even really drawn a page yet. Am I in, I have 12 pages, man. Now, how would you go from here laying out a timeline to put?
Well, what I did the other night, was it Monday night? Monday night, I already planned out how long it's going to take me to draw, how long it's take me to ink, how long it's going to take me to color and
Okay.
letter. So as of Monday night, there was only 36 days left. So that means 12 pages, one page a day, one page every 3 days has to be completed.
Okay, so as of Monday, there was 36 days. Today is really Thursday,
So
so
you
there's
got
33.
34
right?
days. Tomorrow will be 33 days. Yeah.
So 33 days. And how many pages are you working on?
I'm working on 12 pages plus a cover.
Okay, so I have 12 pages, and I don't have to. All I have to do is pencil and ink.
I do what I do have a flatter, so that's good. Once I get those, I'm going to start sending those pages over to the flatter. So he'll do that for me. Then I can just get it back from him, and I'll do. I'm not going to do too much on the color because I want it to look like the old Erie style.
Right. Well, I'm kind of confused on our deadline because everyone's saying February, but we're not going to really. February is when we go live on Indiegogo.
Yeah, but everything has to be done by January 15th. That's why that's the date.
Okay. Okay. 'Cause some of these things weren't ever really made clear to me, even though I asked the questions, and maybe I just didn't listen. Unfortunately, that happens.
Hey Ryan, do I have Ryan as?
Risey, how you doing, Risey?
No,
I'm good.
I'm looking at the Ryan Cardinal is in. Do I have him?
Oh, you got Ryan Cardinal in the chat?
Yeah, he needs the link too. I don't know if I have it.
Man, he did fantastic. Okay,
Yeah, he
so
did.
Oh, that was amazing.
yeah, he is so good. I'm so proud of him. I don't mind losing to him now.
I do have Ryan as one of the people I follow,
Yeah.
but I never did DM him. That's why he never showed up. All right, he's got the link now. If he's got time. If he doesn't have time, that's cool. You know, but if he has time, he can always show up here. Cool. It is awesome. Oh, Mr. Tandero's in the house. We got a whole bunch of people out there. It's awesome.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah.
Hey.
Thundero. Oh, Brad's in the house too. Brad, you
Brad-
should pop on in too.
Brad's
man.
got the link. He's got the link.
Yeah, he does.
He's got
Well,
the link.
Edwin, thank you for hosting. You did a great job tonight.
Oh yes. Thank you so like I said, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough, Edwin. And it was awesome coming home
Well-
after a hard days of work and having a call saying, "Hey, you want to be on Pro Edition?" Yes,
Oh,
sir.
so
Yes,
Edwin,
sir.
Edwin gave you a call tonight?
No, I'm not going to say that. I don't know who gave me the call. It was a call.
I was just gonna say, you know,
I'm sorry.
the Aloha State is biased.
Oh, that slipped out. I'm so sorry. I gave away my secret.
Oh no, I'm happy to see. I'm happy to see brothers in arms come together. You know.
Well, you guys all know him. The very first time I was on YouTube was on Edwin's show.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
You guys can go watch that video that Edwin did for me. It's like he was so gracious to do that. I mean, I thought I was just going to talk to Edwin for the weekend. You know, just talk a couple of minutes and get to know him, and he get to know me. And next thing I know, I'm on YouTube. I'm like, oh my goodness.
No, man. If Eddie gives you a call and you get on there, man, that's good. It's good for all of us. So that's
yeah.
cool. That's cool.
He's such a nice guy, and his wife is so nice too.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I miss studying Marcus Aurelius with Edwin, and I haven't done that in a while. Or going through the books of the Holy Scriptures with them, man. That's always good. It's always good. That's one of my favorite things about our community is like, man, we're not ashamed of who we are. We do what we do, and we live our daily lives, you know, and that's a great thing.
Mm-hmm. That is so nice. I
That is a good thing.
had a little note that was passed to me from Skunk Girl. She told me to do something.
Okay.
So I just did it. The person knows what I just did.
All right. Good deal.
Somebody in the chat knows what I did. It's pretty cool stuff.
Oy vey.
Oy vey. Oy vey. Tanky. How you doing, dude? I miss you. Everybody misses Tank. Everybody misses Tank. We all know.
I miss hanging out.
Well,
It's been a crazy last couple of weeks, man.
it's
It's been wild.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta get healthy first for us.
Yeah.
We want a tank at full power, not the half A
Right.
tank. Okay, we want the full going for broke,
That's right.
ready to go and take on everybody. That's
Yeah,
the tank we want.
We want to
Right.
take that old roll
So-
over heads and pop them like pumpkins, man.
Oh,
Okay, that was
Grease our
crazy
tracks
analogy.
with their guts.
Ryan the Cardinal said he will be on later, guys. He's just gonna go cook something for him to eat. That is awesome. We will have the
Enjoy
champ,
your victory meal.
the second fan champ and pro champ will be on my
Yeah.
program. That is awesome.
Yeah, Pencil for Life says he doesn't see a link.
What? How
I
the
don't
hell
know
you guys
why.
not getting my links?
I don't know, but
I will
your
give you the
link.
link. I will give you the link again. Pencil for Life.
No, your link was there for me. I overlooked it. I apologize. Tank, you sound really like your everything sounds clear, man. It sounds good. Like I can hear you. It's cool.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Pencil for
I've
Life.
got
I got
the,
you again.
I got a high-speed headset. I really like it. My
Nice.
wife loves me.
Oh, that was a gift, huh?
It's yeah, well, she's letting me borrow it. It's hers, but it's in my possession. You know how that goes sometimes.
Oh, totally. Totally.
That is so awesome. I got Bill and Brad in the house, the BB brothers. Watch out, guys. Watch out. They might start.
Whatever.
They might start giving a critique to some of our artwork.
We might.
Hey, it's gonna come. They're gonna critique my Jasmin. Give it to me.
No,
How bad was my Jasmin?
Hey, Edwin, good night. Thanks for
Good
coming
night,
in.
Edwin. And like
Good
I
night,
said,
Edwin.
thank you so much, Edwin. Thank you.
Aloha.
I think
Hello.
Brad and I have been we've been behaving. You know, we've been.
What do you mean? I've been busy. I haven't been behaving.
Well,
It
I
does
have
start with the letter B.
There's a difference. Yeah.
And what does B stand for? The letter.
Belial.
Easy.
Brought to you by the letter B for betrayal.
No.
I voted for Ryan.
What? Kick him. Kick him. Kick him. Seriously? Kick him.
Well, hell, I got kicked out of John's stream this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
What the hell did you do that got you
So,
kicked out?
Chester was supposed to be on my stream this morning. We're supposed to review our comics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chester forgot completely at the time. And I saw him like 10 minutes before it was supposed to start in John's stream. I saw his little icon in the thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
I jump in there, like, Chester. He's like, "What, Brad?" I'm like, "Do you know what time it is?" He's like, "I don't know. What time is it?" "Review comics time in 10 minutes. And John came in to steal my guess. I'm like, "Yep, see ya." Then he
Oh my goodness. What is this world coming to? So did you guys do it, or you never did it?
Yeah, we do it every Wednesday morning.
So, but you guys did finally get together.
Yeah. We made it on time too.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, maybe he was just tired and just those boomers. We do get old. We do
Oh
forget.
yeah. Well, no, he's in Japan though too. Like, we just had different time zones. So he thought I meant 10 p.m.
Oh.
Eastern Standard Time. I meant 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, 10 p.m. my slot. You were trying to take my slot, huh?
Yep,
That's what's
totally,
going on?
dude. That's
Yeah,
why
I
I'm
understand.
doing it right
Yep.
now. Yep.
Yeah.
That was the whole reasoning.
Yep.
All
Love
the
you, brother.
logics.
All the logic. Another B is for betrayal, people. B is for backstabbing. Oh man, I couldn't
It's
believe
for
that.
Bob's.
That's the only thing I saw in the chat tonight. You know that?
Yeah, I like
And
Bob.
I saw red when I saw that. I'm like, seriously, dude. I thought
What?
you were part
Oh,
of
yeah,
her crew.
Voldemort.
Yeah,
Voldemort's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Voldemort
Voldemort.
thing. I was like, seriously, dude.
So I only caught the
Whatever.
last 10 minutes. I got home. just in time
Voldemort
to
is
go.
he who shall not be named. Tom Riddle.
Oh, him,
Voldemort will not be named.
Mr. Yeah, my backstabber.
Yeah,
Okay,
that guy.
who's he shilling for this time?
Oh, we can't say too much bad thing because Ryan is going to come on the program.
Yeah. He was shilling for the winner,
Yeah,
Ryan.
but
that's
he
fine.
was not shilling for the underdog.
yeah.
The winner's got it. Winner's got it in the bag.
Maitland?
Winners,
He was not shilling for the fellow gatekeeper.
not the wolf milker.
Yeah, the fellow gatekeeper. That's what he was not
Whoa.
shilling for.
Maitland's. I was.
Well,
so
I mean,
didn't
the
see
only-
any of the stream.
The only thing
I
is
popped
like,
in and I saw Maitland's. I'm like, what the freak is going on?
yeah, Malin was a little too stupid, but and Mike was a little too much, But thing is as Ryan was, I mean, Manny, you did a great job, but you were like
It's okay. I mean,
you were the spontaneous, person, and Ryan was the, he was the drawn cord winner. So
Yeah.
it's hard. I mean, I was plugging both you guys, and I'm not going to say who I voted for.
I don't.
Yeah, it's actually a shame that John Dillard couldn't make it tonight as well because he was also recently a fan champ again,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, he got shafted out of being able to draw. So 'cause
well, yeah, it's his work schedule.
Well, no.
It's because they were supposed to hold it that night, and
Yeah.
dropped the ball, and he took.
Yeah.
The
John actually took time off from work.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. He actually took time out of his own life to do that.
Yeah. So the millionaire Ethan Van Sciver could host him, but he decided it was more
Hold
important
on.
to
We
do
don't know
sex
what
scandal.
happened. Nothing's been ever addressed.
Oh yeah,
dude.
It's
Okay.
obvious. Come on.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying We don't
Okay,
need to insult anybody.
But
Yeah,
I mean, there's no hard feelings.
So let me go read this chat. This chat is funny. Ray
Okay.
Tulo said GDP, which is the first person that said that. That is awesome because that's what Good Dog Press is supposed to be. GDP.
Yeah.
GDP, your jazz looks great, but as someone else in Drawn and Quarter chat said, she looks like she wouldn't mind hooking up with Jafar.
I
Yeah.
mean, she is that crazy looking, right?
Yes, sir. Hey, you guys know I draw a skunk girl. What do you expect me to draw? You know,
Oh,
my,
no.
my women are gonna be, have a little mystery behind them. Yeah.
Solid.
Mystery.
Draw-
No, it's just great.
Yes, sir. That is cool, Mister.
You always
Ray
draw
Tulo.
solid, man.
Yeah. I mean, Ryan has his following. That was awesome. I congratulate him. That was cool. I mean, he
Ryan
bought it tonight.
had
Brian killed
well,
it.
Ryan had momentum.
Yep.
Going for him because he had some near misses, some great pieces that just didn't get the vote.
Mhm.
And what was the last time he was on the Pro Edition? He was grossly overlooked. Like he honestly, I liked his picture the best. Like it was great. You know, PTSD Akbar was awesome. You know, and no, that was
that was-
awesome.
That was a great
And
piece.
he's been overlooked. He's been overlooked a few times, and
Oh,
this time
man.
he had the momentum. He had the fans' attention. He had sold the fans.
Okay, wait. Stop. Santa
Yeah.
Raven, I was nice. Skunk Girl told me to give you a wrench, but if you're gonna keep on putting Cross Comics up there, so go subscribe to him. You're gonna lose your damn wrench again. I know that's Cross Comics right off the bat with that UC, the UCPVV. I know that's Cross Comics. And the Unbreathable Skunk Girl says, I just saw a T-shirt for it says, "My wife is always right." Guess what Manny's getting for Christmas? Oh, thank you, Skunk Girl. That is awesome. Man, I should lose
funny.
Drawn and Quarter more often. I'm so happy tonight. What the heck is wrong with me?
It's all right.
It's cool. Hey, I did not expect to be on that show. I'm tickled pink that I was on the show. It was
Yeah.
awesome as hell. It was a great,
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it
great-
was strange. Like I walked in, like, whoa, hold on. How did Manny get on the show? Like, what the heck? Did hell freeze over? I wrote that in chat. Yeah.
Really? Pickle, that's the second time. Bam. Come up with another bad word for B.
Well, I don't know if the
B
three of
is
you
for
guys.
Bullwinkle.
Bullwinkle?
It was a real like out of nowhere. There's Skunk Girl. I was like, what?
What?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome. And of course, once I got on there, I started tweeting out to all you guys, hey, I'm going to be on Drawn and Quarter. Help me out, guys. Nobody knows I'm going to be on this thing. Even my
Yeah,
family had no clue. Nobody had no clue. I had no
No,
clue.
I saw
I actually-
Ray Escarcega in the chat, so I know you had your homeboy there, and KG was in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So, and both of them were saying, vote the Manny. I was on.
We know KG though. He voted Ryan.
Yeah, KG.
I know KG, and I know who he's aligned with. That's for sure. KG's awesome.
Yeah, he voted
Yeah.
Ryan.
No, KG did vote Ryan.
KG would never vote Ryan. Come on. KG's too nice of a guy.
But
Yeah,
Ryan
we all
did
know
a good
he's mainly
job.
militia.
And Santa Raven, you should put my link in the chat.
Everybody should be looking at where the hell those links are going for Santa Raven. If they're bad,
Seriously.
I'm gonna. Yeah, we shouldn't just. Skunk Girl, seriously, we gave Santa Raven that wrench, but I don't know if we should. Who just scored it? And
It's one thing. I mean, I love Raven. I
No, you give him a wrench.
But-
You don't give me a wrench. What the heck, dude?
Oh, goodness.
you're on the. I hardly give out wrenches because I want my wrenches to actually work. If they don't work,
Really?
I take them away. Yeah,
What?
yeah, you have to
Dude,
work.
Give me a wrench. I'll show you. I'll work right now. Where's
You
Josh?
gonna-
Refuse?
Well, you got to get in there.
I'm
Well,
already
no,
in
you're not
there.
going to hit anybody over the head with wrenches. That's why hardly anybody has wrenches in my.
Dude, Josh
might-
deserves it every time I see him. Just for 5 minutes.
No, he doesn't. No, Joshua does not need to be hit over the head.
Josh.
Oh, I've got to see where the hell I'm going with this Santa Raven. Where is she taking me to?
Josh, don't
Oh,
give it to
thank
Brad.
you. That is
No,
good.
don't give it to the
That's
bad
good.
man.
That is good.
Don't.
She gave. That's good. I did not recognize that link. That's a very good link.
Was she Rickroll you?
No, she actually went to my best video that's up there right now.
Oh, cool.
That's cool. That's cool. That's the squirrels getting squashed. That's cool.
Mm.
Thank
I
you.
was expecting to hear, I'm never going to give you up.
No.
In the background, yeah.
Oh, she's shilling for Risey Lee. That is awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Santa Raven. Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. So is anyone else drawing besides me?
No.
I'm
right.
I'm gonna color.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually drawing tonight. Normally I don't draw. I'm a commentator.
Mhm.
But I'm working on JP's piece for subscribing to my channel. I'm doing a Hellboy for him.
Mm.
Hellboy.
All
Why
right,
did
guys,
Chester
I'ma
put
duck
my-
out.
Okay, see you later, Tank. Thanks for coming.
All right.
Oh, Tank,
Thanks for
before you
having
go,
me.
don't you have
Mhm.
your project you're launching? Are you want to show that?
That's gonna be. I'm postponing that for right now. I haven't met my pre-launch deadlines, so I just want to make sure that everything is ready to go before it's actually launched. So I'll keep people up to date. I'm coming up with something fun regarding that. Something
Cool.
that
Sorry,
people
I was
can get.
mostly asking for myself because I wanted to back it.
Oh yeah,
Well-
no worries. But I'll be putting together something fun where people can get in behind the scenes and be able to enjoy it before it comes out.
Tank
So,
Man
I'll announce that. That's right. Alrighty, folks. You have yourselves a wonderful one.
Oh, good to hear your voice again, Tank. It's
Yeah,
been a
Tank.
while.
Yeah.
Come on, Tank. You need to get better so we can go hop onto your show on Friday night. Come on.
Yes, absolutely. And I need to finish ironing out all these technical bugs that I got going on.
Awesome.
Ugh. All right,
is
so I'll yak at y'all later. You all have a good one.
Later days.
See you, buddy.
See you, Tank.
Take care, Tank. All right.
So, are any of you guys going to be on tomorrow night?
I usually come on after the drawn and quarter. You guys know that.
Well, I mean, the Thursday show, or either you going to plan to
Thursday
come
is
on?
currently. Let's see. Don DeLay is going to be on there. You're going to be on there. Todd's going to be on there.
And that's
Dana's
it.
going to be on there.
Oh,
That
no.
thing that shall not be mentioned is going to be on there.
Well, the other plus side is there's gonna be no booster this Thursday. So
Why isn't there no booster?
I don't know, but he just said he can't make it. He's got a family dinner, so it actually
Whatever.
might be.
Just because you need to get the trash can together.
Yeah,
He's poor. I know.
it's a Trash Panda New Zealand holiday.
There you
So
I
but-
don't know if I'm doing it. I'm working on getting someone to see if they're going to come or not to help Pixel out. So
what do you mean? Like that
Good
was
artist.
cryptic? Oh, for the competition, or
yeah.
okay, cool.
So we'll see. We got to work out the time zone thing because they're in Russia.
They're in Russia.
Yeah.
Well, they need to come on today then.
Well, technically, yes. So
Oh, Brad, you got a lot of fans in the chat.
do I?
Yeah, you got a lot of fans in the chat. I mean, they're all saying, "Don't give Brad a wrench."
No, that's just Joshua.
Bethany would have a wrench before you get a wrench.
Whatever.
What?
We'll see if
You
that
don't-
happens.
You don't need a wrench. Why would you need a wrench? You're on the panel.
I know. Doesn't mean I don't like hitting Josh.
Yeah, you should always give
No.
Bethany a wrench. Bethany's a
No.
good person.
No, I don't need Bethany being a wrench. She just wants to come in here and enjoy herself. She doesn't
Just let her chill, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
let her chill. I mean, that's the whole thing. I don't give out wrenches to too many people.
No, you gotta make all your guys work for it. Damn it. Work.
Well, I give my
You
wife
work
a
for
wrench
me.
because
It's
I don't want
not
nobody-
retail, Brad. Calm down.
What do you mean?
You guys know the Unbreathable Skunk Girl is going to get one because I don't want nobody messing with the Unbreathable Skunk Girl.
Chill.
Tondero gets one because he's a very good wrench. I mean, he does things without even me telling him to do it. He understands how to be a great wrench.
Yeah.
You know,
KG gets one, of course.
I go to the bathroom without you telling me to do it.
No. The other night was so awesome when I was timing out a certain person, and next thing I know, Tondero's doing the same thing, so he knew what was going on. He's cool. And Santa Raven is being a very good wrench tonight. She is promoting all our channels. That is awesome.
She hasn't promoted mine yet.
Me either. And
Come
we're
on,
both on the
Santa.
channel.
You're behind. Get to it.
Hey. He or she will get to it whenever he or she
No,
feels like it.
Come on, you guys know I'm kidding.
Oh. So come
I
on.
know you're a kid. I don't know if you're kidding.
Oh, I'm a big kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Yo. Oh,
That's
man.
definitely for sure.
Alrighty. So, my question is, does this look better than this?
Flip. Do it again. Let's see him.
Okay, that was the horrible thing that I...
Oh,
the reason why...
whoa.
it looks bad because it was...
I was getting
Yeah,
four eyes there for a
stop.
second.
Yeah, that was a mono... That was a monobrow. Sorry about that.
Monobrow, four eyes. Like
Yeah.
together.
So that was what I turned in, but I actually had this. I should have went in a different direction, as usual. But you know what? It didn't matter who or what I put up there tonight. We knew who was going to win tonight. It was a runaway. I think he had more votes than everybody combined. Could that have been possible?
No. I mean, he
No,
had
it was pretty close.
He had 100 votes. But
I mean,
I was
Taylor
happy to
had
see
40.
so many votes like launch all at once. Sometimes it's really slow.
Yeah, well, that was just going. It was just like a windmill. I mean, freaking just going so fast.
Well, you have to think is Ryan's been prepping for this for like over a week.
Santa Raven. Oh,
What'd you do?
are cruel.
Oh yeah, that's me. So
That is nice. Awesome.
Nah, it's all good.
yeah, that was funny. You're at Santa Raven. I just joined the Cult of Raven, by the way. But Ryan's been prepping since last Thursday. You know, he's been practicing. You know, he's been practicing for a week, just drawing. And then when he found out, like yesterday, what the subject was, he's just been killing it. I mean, he's been working his ass off. It's been covering it. It's been in the forefront of his brain all day. And you got called like 20 minutes before it started. You know what I mean?
Wait, hold on.
Again, I wish I was called 20 minutes before.
Are you giving him an excuse?
No, I'm not giving you an excuse. I'm saying
I
no-
think I hear you giving him
I'm being honest.
There is no excuse. There is no excuse. I was happy to be on the show. There is no excuse.
No, I'm
It
not
is
giving
what
you-
it
I'm
is.
not I'm not trying to cover anything. I'm just saying is like homeboy Ryan's been like focused on this for the last week in his brain. You know, he got in there and he just exploded and went for it. You know, it's a big difference.
Yeah, I did the first. Yeah, I did but I got way nervous when I did mine. I wasn't thinking. So, all right. Next time I get back there, I know what to expect. So,
Oh yeah, I mean it's a learning experience, and I won't say that I'm just. I don't want to say I'm happy where I placed. No, everybody wants to be first, but come on, I wasn't going to be first today. Big deal. I can live with that. Yeah. But it was a cool experience. I love the experiences, to be on a show like that. And of course, yes, I was a little quiet again. I was totally quiet again, but that's me.
Bill, you're not
I
an
can't
official
change
member.
myself.
Josh has denounced you as an official member of the Cult of Raven.
All right, fine, Josh. All I have to see is
You have to complete the initiation first.
oh, okay.
Then what does the initiation consist of?
Josh,
It's only
do us-
3 little simple tests. He should have DM'd it to you by now. I've given him
that
as well.
test? That test? I know the answer to that test.
Okay, what's
I'm pretty sure it's the heads or tails test, right?
No, I
No.
don't want to. I'll find out on my own. That's all right.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, Bill, I think he sent it to you. Just hit Alt F4 real quick.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah. You're so mean, Brad. Why? Are you
Oh,
so
I am not.
mean?
You are mean, Brad. I'm surprised you get any guests on YouTube.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm surprised.
thank you so
I got
much.
Gary Shipman coming
Yeah,
Sunday.
I always gotta
I
cut
don't know,
these
you
guys
kinda
off. If
remind
I
me
don't
of one
cut
of
these
those
guys
comic-
off, these guys just keep on talking. Ray Tula says, "I have a feeling you'll be back there again soon, GDP." Well, thank you, Ray. That's some confidence in me. Thank you so much. Okay, now the show goes back to B&B. The
Okay.
B&B hour.
So, where was I? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea where. But that's okay.
Pull the foot out of your mouth and go ahead and say what you're going to say.
Sure. It's a tasty foot.
Yeah, I'm
No.
sure.
It was, yeah. It was good.
Brad,
What's up, brother?
do you like Fantastic Four?
So I like the premise behind it because it's like the family and everything. I'm not too sure I like the new comics though. I haven't got to read them all yet. So.
I just
They suck. They suck, dude.
Hey, shut up.
Sorry.
No,
Game
so-
of Thrones sucks.
Okay, hold on. So
they may
when I
suck
rev-
now, but they didn't suck before. They were
Oh,
so
no,
awesome
no.
before.
Fantastic
Yeah,
Four is
hold
one
on,
of the
hold on.
best books ever.
So when it comes to reviewing comics now, right? Because remember, I have to run a shop, so I have to cater
Yeah.
to everybody. So I always try to take a neutral stance until I read the book. Okay. Because like today, I read Goddess Mode. You know that came out today. Zoe Quinn did it. Robbie Rodriguez did the artwork. We know who they are. You know, so when I did the review this morning, Chester and I both read it, and we both actually thought it was a good read. Because you know the story was good, the art was actually solid, the flow was good. A little bit wordy in a couple spots, but it was good. But then I go online, I see all these people like for comic skaters, they haven't even read the book yet, and they're just trashing it for no reason. They actually have not read the book, you know, because you can't buy the book till freaking midnight, you know. And most of those guys I know who are commenting on some other channels did not read the book at all. So when it comes to the new Fantastic Four, I haven't read them yet, so I'm not going to make a judgment call on it yet. As for the old books, though, yeah, I like the old books. I thought they were fun. Yeah, good reads. Yeah, that's my stance on stuff when I review comics. I try to take a neutral platform first until I read the book. Once I read the book, then I'll give you my opinion on the book.
Cool.
What little my opinion really matters, you know, but it's the way it is. And if it's good, you know, I'll say, okay, they did a good job. I don't necessarily like the people who did the book, but I'll be honest about how I felt about it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of the first books I ever read was Fantastic Four.
Yeah. See,
I
mine
used
was
to-
X-Men.
I used to read. You remember those little digests that they used to have way back in the late 70s?
No,
Really?
so I did not get into comics until the 90s. Late 80s, early 90s. That was my first introduction to comics because my family was super poor. And I grew up with Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. That's my first introduction to Marvel, to Spider-Man, and stuff like that. And then when I was old enough to go to a comic shop, then I looked at comics. So
Yeah, I had a
I
older
used to,
brother.
Sunday newspaper, though, because they were running the Spider-Man strip.
Yes, the Spider-Man strip was cool. That's where I first saw Craven the Hunter, and I fell in love with that character. I thought it was so
Yeah.
awesome.
I agree.
Craven was badass. Yeah. So, but my brother, he used to buy those digests. They used to collect the first 6 issues.
Correct.
So he bought the Fantastic Four and he bought the Hulk. Those are the first comic books I got to read. Not real comic books; it's a comic digests. So that's why I fell in love with the Fantastic Four. I thought Doctor Doom was so awesome, and then I got the courage enough to buy my first comic book maybe a couple months later, because I've told the story where my parents did not like comic books, so I couldn't have comic books in my house. So that's when I bought my first comic book. I've showed it on air, I think twice already. Captain America 240. which
Yeah.
it's just in mint condition. Yeah, it's like it's my favorite comic book that I have. It's
Mhm.
not worth anything, people, but
No.
it's still
First one
worth
you
it
Well,
to
read,
me.
here's the thing. Like the FF, it's like they were always the first family
Hmm.
of comic books, right?
Hmm.
And um, not only were the first family, they were like the the trailblazers of the Marvel age, right?
Mhm.
Hmm.
And they always had the most insidious and most advanced storylines. I mean, their villains were just out of this world, from the Mad Thinker to Mole Man to Galactus. Is like all their villains are just so over the top. Even in the '70s, when they had like the villain of the day, those villains of the day were pretty intense. They were like incredible like characters. Not super like memorable, but if you go back and read them, um, you could see that like those characters had tons of potential. But they also had the first real voyage into real crazy time travel, the first voyage into like all the alien races, all these different things. Like the Fantastic Four is just the most innovative Marvel title, right? I mean, really.
Oh
And
yeah.
but and to me, their rogues gallery beats everybody's rogues gallery. Everybody's. I don't care if it's Batman or Spider-Man or anyone.
I agree.
When your rogues gallery is the entire Scroll Empire, when your
Hmm.
rogues gallery is Galactus, Doctor
Right.
Doom. I mean, it's huge, and nothing defines a hero better than their rogues, right?
Hmm.
So like, oh, come on, man. But what
Alright.
happened? All right, so like, for, Jonathan Hickman was the last writer to understand the Fantastic Four, and he pushed the envelope, and he covered all the different aspects of the Fantastic Four. He covered family, he covered their compassion, and as a family to like adopt people, to adopt more children, and to like care for more people. He pushed the envelope when it came to like crazy science. He involved the Silver Surfer. He brought in Galactus. He brought in Mole Man. He brought in Namor. He brought in all the real core antagonists to the Fantastic Four. And his run was one of the best after John Byrne. I mean,
Oh,
right?
it's dangerous in the chat. Pixel
Oh, it
just
is.
timed somebody out. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah.
Josh
Well,
is good at getting bounced, man. Josh has got to be made out of rubber. I tell you what, because that kid gets bounced all the time.
Yep.
but I like Josh. Josh is
Oh,
cool.
oh yeah, I like Josh.
Josh is okay.
So, did you guys see the photos I posted in Fanspeak?
But I was going to say that, like, after Hickman, I don't know if anyone's been able to carry the mantle, because Marvel, honestly, that just flabbergasted me, is that Marvel stopped publishing the book.
But
Okay,
Fantastic.
I'm not getting the movie money from it. That's probably why.
Yeah, no, that's exactly why, is they stopped publishing the book so that Fox Studios wouldn't get any material.
It
That's the
buries
rumor.
the X
We don't
Men
know
and
if
the
that's
Fantastic
or
Four.
not.
Why would Marvel stop publishing the Fantastic Four when they have so many books that don't sell? Why would you stop publishing a
They
book?
weren't selling that time either.
Well,
There's a lot of
nothing
things that
else.
weren't selling.
But here's the thing, though: is nothing else is selling.
I know, but they were trying something and it didn't work, so they brought it back.
So why would
They-
you
they-
stop?
they-
Why would you
they've
stop
put
publishing a
series-
book?
Okay.
But you stop publishing a book that people would buy no matter what for the last 40 years. They just keep
Okay.
buying it. It's on their pull list every month.
If it's not selling, because it clearly wasn't, that's why they pulled it, and then they didn't bring it back for a while. They were hoping the movie would drum up. So why I'm seeing is that they were hoping the movie would drum up more expectation for the series, which it clearly didn't do. Just ruined it. Why would you? Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't
No,
know.
I don't think it's because they don't want to give them more material. They had so much material anyways to choose from. They have
Yeah, they
40
do.
years of history. You know, it's not that. It was selling poorly anyways. So a lot of Marvel books they were trying to go in a different direction.
Oh,
It clearly failed. So now they're bringing it back again, hoping it'll help out. They're just starting off with a stupid wedding. So not like they haven't had 3 weddings in a row right now lately in comic books.
Yeah, no, but
Batman, Mr. and Mrs. X, and now
And Shadowcat and Colossus were meant to get married but didn't. That's when Gambit
no,
did.
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
that's
that one I don't
too.
mind though because it's Rogue and Gambit. That
Oh
was
yeah, no,
cool.
I loved that it was Rogue and Gambit.
Yeah.
I liked the spin that they did. I was really surprised. I read that and I was like, oh damn, I'm
you
really
guys
happy.
you guys get to see that horrible movie from the '90s, Fantastic Four?
Oh yeah, I watched it.
Never seen
Yeah.
it. I've seen.
I
clips
watched
on
that
YouTube.
at my first comic shop I worked at. I worked at 3 shops.
That's
And
what.
it was called Superhero Sandwich Company. They had a comic book shop upstairs, and they made superhero sandwiches down below. And they showed only comic book related movies. And one of them was they had that on VHS.
I saw it on VHS also. It
Yeah,
was
they showed it.
horrible.
It was horrible, but they had this CG Human Torch. And it
But
looked kind of decent.
Actually, the Thing looked decent too.
Yeah.
The Thing looked decent, and the Doom wasn't bad. It was
The Doom looked like Doom.
yeah, Doom was actually pretty good too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a horrible movie, but the visuals wasn't
Yeah,
bad at
the
all.
special effects are pretty good.
No, special effects is horrible. That big hand waving out the damn car as it's going down the road at
But
the end of the movie.
but
It was
for
horrible.
what they had on the budget they had, they did an okay job.
Oh, it's
I
a
mean,
Roger
especially for
Corman.
especially for the time, you
Yeah.
know.
I mean, it's Roger Corman. What you expect? He's the
The
king
best
of-
was they had the X-Men cartoons from the 80s there,
Yeah.
where Wolverine had a French Canadian accent.
Yo, from Spider-Man.
No,
Yeah.
they did a whole X-Men one.
Oh, the Kitty Pryde movie, right? Pride of the X-Men.
Was it that?
Yeah.
Maybe
was-
that was called. I don't remember, but it was.
Yeah, that was
it
the
such,
X-Men.
such a long time ago. I remember watching it though. Colossus looked cool. I actually liked the animation for it. Just the voices threw me off because the '90s cartoons were going on still at the time.
Oh, I
Or
still
they were
hear those
like,
voices in my head if I
Yeah,
read
yeah.
an X-Men comic.
Where you at, pup? And then you get this French Canadian accent, and you're like, dude, this is not Wolverine. Anyways, I want to show you something, guys. So on Fanspeak.
Okay,
if
wait,
you
I
want-
got a white box. You had me white
Oh,
box
thanks,
all the
dude.
time. You know that. Okay, now you can show.
So last Saturday, this guy came into my shop. He had a huge trunk full of great books. These on top right here are some of the Treasury editions. I bought the Superman versus Amazing Spider-Man from him right there. But I just want to show you a couple of highlights that were in this box because
Yeah, that
This
one's
guy was-
good. The first
this guy
edition
was-
Wonder Woman that came out in 2000 when they did all those reprints, right?
no, these were from the 70s.
Oh, okay. Look,
70s or earlier. A lot of these books were. And what happened was this guy kept them in the trunk for 30 plus years. Started getting them when he was a kid. Never seen the light of day, so the colors are all super bright.
Oh, cool.
They didn't have any boards on them, most of them, except for a few of them. But he had to get rid of them because of an emergency move. And he was going to be forced to throw most of them away or just give them away. So we ended up raising $2,000 at the shop for him on a Saturday.
Wow.
I called one collector, and then all of a sudden, like literally at the same time we're opening his chest, 4 of the shop whales came in, and we were all standing around like kids in a candy store.
Oh no,
Yeah.
the whales showed up, huh?
Yeah. No, it was great. It was good for him. So
Oh, it was. It was really good for him.
there you go. Conan the Barbarian #1.
Oh, Barry.
Also, Conan,
I've got that
Conan
one.
the Barbarian, giant-sized annual 2.
No
Sitting
way.
right- So that was good.
The
Silver
Giants-
Surfer #1.
Yeah, I have
Ooh.
that one. That one's
Yeah.
awesome.
New Gods.
God, I just pulled that one out of my long box. And my copy has the distributor stamp on the front.
Oh, okay.
So it has like this big, huge blue ink stamp right in the middle of the cover. And it's nowhere near that condition. I mean, it's brown as heck and wrinkly as toilet paper.
Yeah, this like it looked
That's
like it came off
beautiful.
the shelf once you took it out of the plastic.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's
Yeah, I mean,
that would-
it's so bright.
yeah, that
There
would bring
was
a
some
tear,
minor damage around the corners, you can tell.
that would bring a
but
tear to
it
my
wasn't bad.
eyes.
This is what I picked up from him. Also, he had
Oh, nice! Look at that Spidey on the far left.
yeah,
man.
I got that too.
I can remember that from when I was a kid.
I picked up the Shadow #1 from him as well, and I gave that to my friend for Christmas. So,
And are those tales of suspense or
which
next
ones?
next to the
on the
treasury?
right?
Yeah,
No,
the
no,
Iron.
no. They're the Marvel double features.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those
yeah.
are great books in the
Mhm.
70s.
And then I picked up all of his Marvel team ups. So I got,
the old Spider-Man book?
yeah, some of our old Spider-Mans. So I got like the first appearance of Captain Britain and Arcade,
Nice.
some Hulk ones, things like that. So I got them at a decent deal.
Did you get any of the Human Torch versions of the Marvel team-ups?
No, another customer picked up all those ones.
Those are
The
well,
Fantastic ones went real quick.
I mean, honestly, the Spider-Man stories were better. Really?
Yeah, they were slightly better, in my opinion. But the cool thing though is he still has the what ifs. I'm gonna be buying those at the end of the month from what if #1 to like 30.
Which series? The original series.
The original, yeah.
I'm guessing. Okay.
Yeah, the original. So, but there were some awesome books in there. There was also Mr. Miracle #1.
Oh yeah, here, switch to me real quick.
Okay.
Is that his first appearance?
Yep.
Who? Yeah.
It's
I could have brought that a few days ago off of eBay. It went for a really cheap price. I don't want to say because I brought something else instead.
Yeah. So that was he had that one right there.
Yeah, I actually was going through my boxes today, and I was surprised how bright this cover still is.
Yeah, it's way bright. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I was like, man, yeah, this has been in a box for 10 years in my house. There is actually some fading on this upper corner, but everything else is pretty nice.
Yeah. You also had Demon #1.
Oh yeah, I have that one too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Cool, dude.
I love
That's
that.
a good one too. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Kirby. I mean, I was thinking it was like early 90s is when I really discovered Kirby, and you could buy all these books for less than $5 a piece.
Yep.
And so I gathered up
Can't
as many as
anymore.
huh?
Yeah. Can't do that anymore.
No, oh yeah, I guess not. No, I grabbed as many as I could. So I have a bunch of the New Gods, Forever People, Mr. Miracle, and the Demon, and some Jimmy Olsen's, a few Jimmy Olsen's. Jimmy Olsen's were hard to find, really.
I don't remember the Jimmy Olsen ones.
Well, that's where the New Gods started.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't know that.
So Kirby started on Jimmy Olsen when he went to DC, and it was Jimmy Olsen was basically attacked by agents of Apocalypse.
Oh, cool. All right.
And that's where it started. And then Jimmy Olsen had like his little crossover stuff with the New Gods and Darkseid. So Jimmy Olsen was really the fourth title for the New Gods.
Cool.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, but then again, Jimmy Olsen is hard to find because of all the old school Superman fans. So, like in the next 5 to 6 years, to be honest with you, this may sound a little morbid. In the next 5 to 6 years, all those kids who grew up reading Jimmy Olsen comic books are going to be in their 80s and mid to late 80s, and they're going to be passing away, and their comic books are going to be going up for sale at estate auctions.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's where you're going to pick them up, and that's where I get. Yeah. Oh, hey, Ryan Cardinal.
Hey, winner, chicken dinner's here.
That's
right.
Ryan. Congratulations, dude.
Oh, thank you.
That was
Hey, man.
awesome.
Killer piece you did too, man.
Well, I don't think anybody was going to win, no matter what. You brought your gang tonight. That was awesome.
Thanks, man.
That was cool. Cool as hell. I mean, I hate to say it, but I was just happy to be there. I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'll jump on. Thank you so much. Yeah. I was not ready. I mean, like I said, I was just minding my own business, just doing my animation. That's what I thought I was going to do tonight. Just do some animation, get my skunker ready for this weekend. She has to appear this weekend, and it's going to come this weekend. Maybe not. The latest I can see is going to be Monday. I'll get that animation out. But yeah, I was just, just doing my own thing, and then all of a sudden I get a phone call. I'm like, oh, cool, yeah. But
Nice.
Congratulations, man. That was awesome.
Oh, thanks. I'm just glad I could represent the fan edition. So,
Oh, yeah.
so now we got technically, was it 2 or how many people have from the fan
2.
edition one? There's John,
Just
me,
you and Johnny. You
Oh,
and
okay,
Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah.
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 So
I was a 2-timer that lost. I got on there twice and lost, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
Anytime I can go on, I'll go on.
yeah, I think it's just more about promoting yourself and getting noticed.
well,
Yeah.
honestly, man, I mean, your work spoke for itself, man. You really did a good job.
Oh, thanks, man.
So, well, if you could, I mean, put your piece on the screen, man, because like it was kind of interesting how it developed. Is like you had, a pretty alluring pose. Is kind of a classic pinup pose, and then you had that like pretty solid at like an hour or so into the drawing or into the contest. I mean,
Mhm.
and then what really put you over the top, in my opinion, was your design work with the pillows and
Yeah, he is
the
centered
canopy.
perfect. Yep.
Yeah, is what you did with the canopy and everything, and how you put together the lighting and shading and the elements of the bedroom. So, what your thought process was with that?
Well, at first, because I had a pose kind of worked out already.
So all right, just to interrupt you real quick. Did you think of that pose like yesterday, where you're like working on it when you heard you were doing Disney princesses, or?
Well, once I heard we're doing Disney princesses, I was just kind of like, okay, well, obviously it needs to be something that looks good. And I follow like a ton of hot Instagram models. So I just go through their stuff and I'm just like, okay, which one of these hot chicks does a wicked pose?
Oh,
Hey.
exactly. I mean,
He's
Hey.
honest, people.
Oh, yeah, man.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
I-
always have reference. Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
Got you.
Exactly. So I found this one Instagram model. She had a cool pose. So I just, referenced her, drew it a couple times. Actually, I can go through because this is what I was working on.
So basically, no matter who the princess was who's going to be thrown up, you were like, I'm using this model.
Yeah, exactly.
So whether it was
Oh, Lel's in here too.
Hey, hello.
hello,
Dude.
Hey guys.
Well,
No.
so whether it was going to be Aurora, or Cinderella, or Snow White, or whatever, this is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
cool, dude.
See, that's where you just killed it right there.
Yeah, because I had I wanted to pick something that had enough flexibility with whoever it was going to be. Because if it was
Right.
going to be Ariel, I was just like, oh, no problem. Like, she's got no legs. Like, I just turned that into the fins, and
Right.
it's all good.
Right.
When I was looking at the voting and I saw Ariel was winning, I'm like, okay, I can do an Ariel. That's cool. And then when it went to Jasmine, I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
jeez. So if anybody's ever watched me on other streams, you guys know what pose this is. Yeah, I just
Right.
copied myself. You guys seen my Princess Leia. This is my Princess Leia pose, and that's what I did. I was like, I was stuck. I had no clue. How am I gonna make Jasmine sexy? I was like, oh, this is not good. I could do a mermaid, but I did not know what to do with this Jasmine. But damn, Ryan, you knocked it out of the park. You was ready.
Yeah, I definitely came prepared. So
Now, if I was smarter, I would have brought up some images of Grimm's fairy tales, all the ones that are sexy, all those sexy covers, and take one of those poses. But I wasn't thinking. I should have looked for that. That would have been smarter in my stupid pose. But yeah,
Well, it's one of those things too. Just like you can draw what you know, or you can draw from reference. You know, so
yeah.
Well, what I know is reference. So,
Uh,
trying what I know.
Manny,
yes.
I've got to bounce out. Thanks for having me on.
No problem.
Didn't see this
Guys,
coming, but yeah, thank you. I'll be watching again in about 10 minutes, though. Thank you,
Right.
guys.
Oh,
That's
Donald's
good
being
talking
a
all of you,
commentator.
man.
He's
Thank
not
you.
being a
there
drunk.
could only be one Ryan.
Well, yeah, congratulations, Ryan. Good to see another
Hey,
Ryan
Rezzy.
one.
Oh, thank you. You know, there's only two types of people in this world: those named Ryan and those not named Ryan.
Oh, dude.
Take care, all. Thank you very much.
And you're very nice. Your language was very nice. That was nice tonight.
Oh yeah. Kept it all intact.
Yes, you did. It was very nice, especially being on Mike's show.
Well,
Manny's
watch
training.
your.
it was super funny watching him kind of like slip up and
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, "Hey, is that Mike? Really? That's Mike?"
talking about 80s films.
I know. I was like, "Wow, Mike, you're funny tonight. What's
Yeah.
going on here?" Yeah, it was cool. It was super cool. What I was going to read something in the chat. My Unbreathable Skunker asked if anybody drew her on a carpet. I know Mike did. Did anybody else draw her on a carpet besides Mike?
No. I mean, if
Kyung did.
Kyung did?
Unbeatable Skunk Girl wants to pose on a carpet for me.
Hey, yo. Hey, you know
Well,
that's
here's the
Oh.
rough draft that I did.
I work from reference. I need reference.
Yeah, here's the rough draft I did. I don't know if you guys can see that. I drew her flying on a riding the magic carpet.
I got a lot.
Yeah, that's a dope action pose.
Yeah, I mean that one's fun, and the whole thing is like tomorrow night I'll have like my niece, my sister-in-law, my daughter-in-law, probably my girls drawing, a couple other nieces. So I'm not going to draw Jasmin stripping, you know. I'm going to draw her like riding a magic carpet, like kicking ass, you know.
Or Balin's being a lesbian. Like, what the hell?
I know, dude. That was just
He was trying to go for the smut vote.
Well,
yeah.
Ryan, you just came in late, but if you look in the secret chat, you can see what I thought of Malin's drawing. I'm not going to say that out loud, but it's in the secret chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna bust Malin's balls tomorrow on Twitter. I mean, really, you have to resort to that to win, dude. Come on, he can draw all kinds of stuff. He just decided,
I think he was just kind of phoning it in tonight.
dude. He totally was, and he still came in second place. You know what I mean? It's just his following.
He came in fourth place.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Third? Okay,
Was
third.
third.
Yeah, Mike was second.
Who was fourth?
I don't know. Does it really
I was-
matter?
Kyung came forth.
Coming fourth. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him with the laid out all of his little Asian girls on the.
Yeah.
His whole like his card display that he just whipped out. He's like,
I didn't
was-
get to talk to him. I was going to tell him, hey, we should have a Skunk Girl and Knuckle Bum kind of team up one time. It'd be cool. But
Yeah, that would be cool. If Keon can get away from his trading cards, I'm sure he could help you out with that and do some work.
Someday.
It sounds like Bill's jealous of those trading cards.
No, not at all.
we
I
need
was
to buy
kinda-
you some and send them to you.
I was actually kind of depressed. I was like, "Oh, really,
Sure, we
dude?"
could send you 7.
I'm sure you have
$7.
plenty that you want to hand out to people,
Hey,
but
I'm happy
no,
to help out.
I'm not really a taker on that.
What is going on with these cards?
Yeah,
What's this
actually-
cards?
I actually can have sex on a regular basis.
Oh, really?
Goodness. Hey. What's going on?
I wasn't going there, but okay, if we
on,
go
man.
there. We can ruin Manny's stream tonight. That's
Oh,
fine.
come on, man. That's a natural thing. Yeah. I mean, man, that's good Christian values, man.
It is, right? I mean,
I'm
making kids,
Dude,
you
I'm
know.
fruitful and I multiply, man. I'm telling you.
No,
It's a good thing.
it's not a bad thing.
Interesting.
No, I'm 40 years old and I'm thinking, you know what? I could go for a whole nother generation of children right now.
Yes, you did.
Just gotta
He's like,
spread that
"Nope,
seed
I don't
like
want any
Nutella.
more."
Oh man. Have we lost everybody in the chat? Oh man. No, it's not. It's not that time of the night.
Yes,
Go there.
Pixel. I am trying to recruit Whiskey Paint for the thing tomorrow.
Whiskey paint.
Yep.
What is whiskey paint?
He is the artist for Little Girl Lethal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that? Yeah. That don't sound enthusiastic.
Well, I don't know. That book's not for me, but
Well, yeah. I mean, the book is not for a lot of us, but it is what it is. It's fine. You know, I'm not gonna dog the guy for what he does.
no, I'm
Yeah.
not, and I shouldn't. And I was just actually, I was honestly thinking, I was like, there's only 2 artists lined up for tomorrow night. Oh well,
No, there's
in Cross,
5.
there's 2 artists and Cross, so there's only 2 artists lined up for tomorrow night.
No, I may join in if I get done fast enough. So,
Mm.
because tomorrow I'm getting the tattoo done, or at least it should be. And
Oh,
then I
wow.
gotta fix the freaking blower in my
Seriously,
Yeah,
there's only 2 artists tomorrow night.
Yeah, Todd and I were the only ones on the Discord.
Oh, there's more than that right now.
Oh, there's gotta be
it's-
more than that. No.
Okay, well, that was as of like, I think I checked it around, well, before D and Q started, and then I think I saw Cross. Or
Hey,
he
wait,
showed up
wait. You're talking about Voldemort, right? He who
Yeah.
shall not be named.
Sorry. So it's me and Todd and
The unknown artist.
and then yeah, and then I was like,
It's
really?
not.
So-
It's nothing against you, Ryan, but you know what I mean.
I
Come on.
actually I went back and I looked at some of the comments. I was like, oh, that's what he's talking about.
It's like, come on, dude. We're supposed to be on a book together, and you're shilling for somebody else. Really? All right, I get it. You're
it's
done.
It's that Canadian blood.
Oh man, it's not. I don't know.
I think Canadian blood moves slower as it
Especially-
gets colder.
Especially in the wintertime, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's that moose milk that they drink.
I mean, when you drink milk out of a bag, you got to do something to your
Milk
brain.
out of a bag.
Yeah, that's
Seriously?
a Ontario thing.
Oh,
Wait a
that's-
second. We drink milk out of bags over here as well.
yeah. What the heck?
You guys are crazy.
Yeah, that's weird. That's
You
weird.
know what?
Kick 'em.
Because we're a
Kick 'em.
smaller country, it saves room in our small refrigerators. Not having these gigantic jugs, but a lot of milk in these plastic bags.
No, that's not a jug. It's
Yeah,
only a
they-
gallon, man.
All I heard was gigantic jugs.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I have nothing wrong with you.
Oh, Kikayo. What's going on here? What is my chat turned into? What is my panel turned into?
Yeah, Pixel was just saying we have 4 open.
Open slots. That's crazy.
It
No, we'll
is.
get them filled. We'll get them filled.
It's not going to be good dog press tomorrow night. I know that for sure. I ain't going to get home till late tomorrow night. Damn it. Yeah.
They're working extra hard over there.
Yeah, I've got yeah. Post office. Funny man. Funny man.
You know,
No, I
it's a government, so you know.
yeah, but I don't work for no damn post office, and
Post
and
office.
that's about it.
Shilling those packages at the post office.
Oh man, really? You're so
How you-
funny.
So you get that free shipping for your books.
Yeah, right. It costs me an arm and a leg to ship out those subscription prizes the other day. Well, it wasn't too bad. Domestic was easy. I mean, that was
that's
cheap.
easy.
It was the Australia which kind of stuck it to me. I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, one package to Australia, I could have mailed off 3 packages to America. You know, so
That's
yeah,
right.
it was that expensive. And I went the cheap route too, because there was the other way to do it. It would have cost me $48. I'm like, I don't think I want to spend $48 on this. Yeah, so it still cost me $24 to ship out to Australia. Yeah, it was
You guys have a
nuts.
good vote tomorrow.
Hmm?
Nothing.
Oh my goodness, Brad. Come on, somebody got to come up with another word. B is for. It's got to be a nasty word because we already have
Why does it have to be
betrayal. We already got backstabbing. What will be for Brad? B is for.
Butt sucker.
Oh no!
Great.
Pixel. I mean, I'm intrigued. Pixel. What is this? Buy 200 subs for $20. How do you do that?
You can buy subs on.
You cannot buy. I mean,
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Here's the problem, though. So you
Really?
buy subs, right? It,
that don't mean
helps
nothing.
you out there. It helps you get noticed a little bit in the algorithm. But
Mm.
if you buy subs, it gives you a lower conversion rate on your score, a lower interaction rate, which is isn't good either. You want
It's
roughly
kind of like real life,
30%.
man.
Yeah.
It's like when you
about
buy
30%
friends,
interaction.
they only end up like sticking you in the back anyways, or just walking away when you need them.
Oh, the whole thing is if you buy the subs, that doesn't mean that they're going to come watch your videos or anything.
No, it's
No,
empty.
it's
It's
not,
empty.
Yeah, it's just going to make you look like you have a lot of people watching your.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like Twitter when people buy followers. It's empty, and they try and look more important
I had
and
no.
like more political or whatever their agenda is, and it ends up becoming false in the end.
That makes.
Now, if you're pulling in several thousand viewers at a time already,
Mhm.
and you want to be at the top of the sub count, that's when you start doing it, because then nobody's going to really notice for a while. Because you have so many thousands of viewers.
Right. You just do it. You do it the old school way, the way you're doing it. And
Yeah, because you know that the people that are subbing to you, they're loyal. They're going to come and watch you. That's the.
my only question
That's
is,
what Manny said, but he's never up when my streams are on. So
What time is your streams?
I don't know. Sometimes
Yeah,
throughout the day, randomly.
I am
Well,
6
exactly.
hours behind you.
I mean, Pixel Trader brings up a good point. It's like, why have 20,000 subs and only 2 people watch? You're not doing.
True.
You're not reaching anybody.
True.
He bought subs with sketch cards. Okay, so how many
Pixel
subs
did?
did you get, Pixel? Nothing. You got nothing. That's okay. You tried though. But my real question is,
Doesn't want to be in the Discord anymore, and I'm drawn and quartered fan of it.
no, that's fine. If Pixel doesn't want someone to tell him that he's not wearing any robes, that's okay.
Wow, going after Pixel now. What's up with that, man?
Oh man, I'm a realist, dude. I mean, I don't play favorites. I just talk. My real question is, does Hellboy have nipples?
What?
Yes, he has nipples.
I don't think he does.
Please, Ryan, say something. We can't have these two guys take over the chat. Come on. These guys get me in trouble all the time.
That's why I'm letting them go.
I've been off for days. How can I get you in trouble all the time? I mean, come on, man. I'm not here very much. I like it when I'm here. I mean, Chester's not here, so I can't encourage him on for stripper story time. But
Oh no! That is banned from this channel. No, that does not work on my channel. Maybe it would work if it was 12 o'clock my time. Yeah, maybe, but not at the early hours.
it's almost 1 a.m. here. It's perfect time.
It's not even 9 o'clock yet. Come on. What are you talking about?
I don't think he has nipples, man.
Oh man,
It depends. In the movie version, he does.
Oh, I didn't even realize it's actually almost 10 o'clock. Jeez, time is flying.
Yeah, that's why you have me on the channel. Because time flies. Because you get to draw, listen to how great we are. and then-
Ooh, really? How great you
Yeah.
are. Hmm.
Yeah.
Holy moly, it's 2 a.m. my time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what am I at here? I'm at just about midnight.
Yeah, tomorrow's gonna suck. Oh
So
well.
it's gonna be great.
Oh, who did Eagle?
Yeah, if you
43
work at a
get?
comic book store, every day is great.
Okay, let me ask the
No, I'm
question.
on-
Let me ask the question of the chat. Man, I gotta put you guys in a corner.
Okay, you're the boss. Go
Eagle,
ahead,
Eagle
man.
43. You got a sketch card. Who did you get the sketch card from? Pixel? Is that where you got the sketch card? Well, I'm interested. They're
I don't know.
talking
But
about.
If Pixel can draw, he better be on tomorrow night. So we have some
Pixel
people
can
on.
draw. I've seen Pixel's things. I don't know why he's not on Drawn and Quartered.
Yeah,
Very
Pixel,
good.
you're on tomorrow,
He's
buddy.
too busy.
No, he ain't too busy. It's his damn show. He needs to be on tomorrow.
Pixel, you down to draw tomorrow? Come on, buddy.
And then Booster called out sick, so we need another
Don
MC.
DeLay's filling in for him.
Oh, well, we still need another MC.
That's Chester.
So we have Chester and Donnie.
Don DeLay, yep.
This will be fun, man. This will be an interesting show.
It sounds like it's going to be a good one tomorrow.
Yeah.
You might have to go on there, Ryan.
Well, if need be, just let me know, okay?
Well, tell Pixel, tell him that you'd be a sub anytime
Yeah.
you need.
Yeah, I can be a sub tomorrow if need be.
You should MC, man.
Oh, no, you don't want me emceeing, man.
Yeah, you should. Man, you can talk. You've got the gift together.
I'll come 4 beers in and we'll see what happens.
No. No.
It'll be a lot more entertaining, I'll tell you that much.
Just crack one open right before the show starts, and by the time the show's over, you'll be 4 beers in, and everything will be okay.
Man,
I
had a blast
when be offended when you're only like 3 beers in.
I really liked it when Booster got pretty wasted that
Oh,
one
dude,
time.
that was hilarious.
That was awesome.
Oh my god!
It was so good, though. Yeah. All right, guys, I want to call it for tonight. It is 1 a.m., and I have
Alright.
appointment tomorrow with the tattoo artist. So,
Oh, you finally gonna get that tat, huh?
yeah, they scheduled me for tomorrow. At least I'm scheduled for tomorrow. We'll see what happens when I show up tomorrow with my computer and camera and stuff like that. So, we'll try streaming it tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, before you go, just chime in real quick. Pixel is saying he's got a office party, so he has a legit reason that he can't make it.
Whatever.
So, what do you guys think about having Joshua Hughes as an MC?
No.
We already have MC.
No.
We don't need
No.
MC. We just need another artist.
No. We don't need a robot voice in there.
Yeah.
You did that once a month.
All right, guys. You guys have a good night.
Have a good night,
Brad.
Good to see you guys again.
Hi, Brad.
You too. See you,
Take it
buddy.
easy, man.
Oh man. There, I'm the only one I think for sure really did make her in see-through clothing. Oh man. Is it locked on anyone right now? No, it's not. So it's free for all. Whoever talks,
No,
You
okay,
guys-
cool.
you're gonna be seen. All right. The only bad thing is my Jasmine has no underwear on. Seriously.
Bad thing.
Yeah. I mean, I did not draw any underwear. Nobody caught that tonight. Oh, cool.
I don't
Well,
think.
it was in black and white. So, but now I'm coloring it. You guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think anyone draw her underwear tonight.
Oh boy.
Did I draw an underwear? I don't think I did either.
Yeah,
Nope.
but you had her covered.
Yeah, I had her angled, so
Yeah, you had her covered. It was very tasteful. It wasn't like Malin's one, which I am assuming everybody agrees in the secret chat what I thought of it. Oh man. I mean, really, I think I saw that pose once before.
Yeah, it wasn't very tasteful at all. Earlier.
No, especially on Mike's channel. He should know better. No, you don't bring that onto Mike's channel. You go bring that onto, Cecil's channel or something. Not
Yeah,
not Mike.
Malin is a little provocateur tonight.
Well, he's always, talking about werewolves and all that other fun stuff on Mike's show. It's like, I know Mike is like Green Barrett sometimes.
Yeah, it's kind of like I don't know how old we are, but we're listening to John Malin.
It is John Malin, and how old is he? What, 40 or 30 something?
I guess 40 is the new 20,
Hmm.
but
I'm assuming he has kids.
I don't know. He's never mentioned them, but that's his prerogative.
Right. Well, yeah, whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah, so this piece is going out to JP.
JP,
Yep.
how did JP get it? Did he commission you?
Well, no, it was a one night on your while I was on your channel. I was, looking for subscribers, and I said next so many people that subscribe will get an original piece of artwork.
Cool.
And KG's getting a piece.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and actually, I'm going to tuck in the Squirrel Girl that I did for you into that shipment.
You did a squirrel girl
Yeah, so
or a skunk girl?
I'm sorry. Oh my gosh.
Even Edwin got it wrong tonight. I was like,
Oh my gosh.
oh, Edwin. And Edwin usually gets it right. So I was surprised. But that's cool.
Man, no, hit me with the
That's
hit me with
good,
the brick.
though.
Yeah.
But that's still good. I mean, it's still name association.
Right? Yeah, you're right.
So that's not a bad thing at all.
No,
All
so
about
I'm
that branding.
Yep. I'm
it
sorry
totally is.
that my chair is squeaking again. I just oiled it up not too long ago. It's starting to squeak again.
It's starting to squeak again. Just can't get any kind of oil.
Yeah.
As you can see, Ryan, I don't care. I still draw. I still color, even though I was on a show. It's something I always do. I always make since I'm still up. I mean, it's still early for me, but I know all you guys are, winding down.
Oh, not me.
Not you? Cool.
No, I'm just basically waiting until my new contract kicks in the new year. So I'm trying to get as much drawing in as I can for my project.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, especially everybody's talking about their deadlines. Oh yeah, it's in April, it's in March, it's in February. That's coming up fast.
Oh man, it comes up and bites you quicker than you
yeah.
think.
Oh yeah, I know that. That's why I started on my portion of that book already. And I already got 3 pages done. I'm ahead of my schedule, so I'm happy as hell.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
good.
I mean,
That's good.
it's not colored yet, but it's penciled, and it's and one of them is inked, totally inked. So I'm ahead of my schedule.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm keeping the head just by keeping it black and white. If I was doing color, I'm just like, nope, that's not going anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
This is all black and white, or is there someone coloring this?
No, I'm going to be doing just black and white for my comic.
Okay.
My plan is I want to do just a black and white release because I have a love of black and white comics.
Yeah.
And then later on do a digest version with the first, I'd say maybe anywhere between 5 to 7 books. So it's more like a manga.
So when you say digest, you talking about the size or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then that way it's more like a what is it, a tankobon? That's like the manga style. And there's going to be screen tones in that one. And then way down the road, once I'm maybe like, I'd say like 3 or 4 volumes in, then I'm going to release a full color version.
Awesome.
So have you laid out costs for that yet?
For the black and whites,
Well, your whole plan.
the whole plan for the color stuff, like I don't even have a colorist in mind. I'm still keeping an eye out right now because I have a very specific color palette in mind, and nobody's kind of hit the mark on what I'm looking for yet.
So where are you scouting your colors?
Let's see, just going through DeviantArt, a bunch of Instagram artists. I know a bunch of animators here in Vancouver, so I'm keeping a close eye on a bunch of them, seeing what their schedules are like.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you guys. I just laughed at where Santa Raven told to go subscribe to Brad. That is horrible, Santa Raven. But I'll let you go. I'm so sorry. Continue.
What was
He or she does that all the time. She'll say to go subscribe to somebody, but it's totally off the wall where you gotta go.
Oh,
So go sub to Brad. Please go to that and sub to Brad. Please. That is awesome. Okay, you can continue. Sorry about that, Ryan.
oh, that's okay, man. Yeah, so I'm not really looking at any of the coloring costs until like way down the road. And the other problem is I'm also in Canada here, so my costs for everything are probably going to be a lot more anyways.
Well, Canada used to be like the place to print everything.
Well, if you're from outside of Canada, yeah, but being inside Canada, not so much.
So what's the loophole? There's got to be a loophole. Okay, so if it's cheaper to print from Canada if you're in the U.S.
Well, it's the cost on the dollar.
Okay, so then what about we're working out a plan with a fellow like, CG, or you know what I mean? So like what I'm saying is, okay, what if for example, and this is just hypothetical, is like what if I did all the ordering? Right? Could we save on printing if it was all printed and shipped to a fulfillment center in the United States? And we did all the printing in Canada, shipped it to a place in the United States, but I placed the order. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you guys checked out Kraken Print at all?
Well, no, but that doesn't answer my question. You know what I'm saying, though? So, like, what if we use like the advantage of our network to save you money on printing?
Yeah, I'm not even scoping that stuff out right now. I just want to get
just keep it in mind.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
Because honestly, I mean, that's just something that just popped into my head. It's not I have any forethought, afterthought, or anything whatsoever. I was just thinking, it's like, okay, if you live in Canada and you want to print in Canada, it costs you more money. But if you live in the United States and you print in Canada, it costs you less money. Well, you have all kinds of people in your network who could help you out with that. You know.
Yeah, definitely down the road, because the cool thing with this is everybody is in almost the same time frame of figuring it out. So when anybody gets something, they're like, hey, check this out. I found this. And they pass it on.
Yeah.
Which I think is super awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
our network system is amazing. I mean, it's better communication than the business that I work for. We really do have an advantage because we all are really looking for the same end. We're all working towards the same end, which it's like bringing our customer quality product and saving the comic book medium. That's really what everyone wants to do. Is we want to save this art form in North America.
Yeah,
that's what we're all working towards.
Yeah,
I'm very interested in this subject matter because I'm in Israel, but I think my fan base is more in the U.S. since I'll be writing everything in English. So my problem is trying to get things fulfilled and being able to monitor that.
Yeah. So like your first obstacle is determining your customer.
Right.
I mean, that's a huge one. Hello. You can't ignore that one by like focusing on creating your book. You know what I mean? It's like it's very easy to get into the drawing and getting into the storyline.
Sure.
But your first real big obstacle is who is going to buy it.
Yeah, and I've got that people from in America mostly, specifically.
Yeah, really, because you're selling a Western product. You're selling you're selling a comic book. It's not. I don't know, really. Gosh, through all and I may be closed-minded or not observant enough. Through all my years of collecting comics, I really haven't seen your area. I've never seen like the Middle East and Jerusalem being a place where comic books were a commodity.
It's a growing market. It used to be confined to Tel Aviv, and now you've got some comic stores in Haifa. The problem is that it's not as big here as it is in the U.S.
So what kind of books are they buying?
Well, most of the books they're buying are buying American comics, but they're translated into Hebrew.
So they're buying superhero comics. Are they buying current books? Or are they buying?
So they're buying superhero books and a lot of manga. I mean, they're buying more manga than they are superhero books.
So
they're buying superhero books though.
Well, manga is huge. I mean, we really don't need to compete with manga. What we need to do is kind of take the coattails from manga and then lead people into the superhero genre. Manga's the thing with manga is it's more exciting than modern superheroes. I mean, graphically, and the stories are more intense than what superhero comics are selling nowadays.
Well, I would say that I think that part of the appeal of a manga is that you can. I think one is that the style is so replicatable that you can have little factories of people drawing it, and you can do more stories.
Well, and that's kind of what it is. I mean, manga's kind of some manga is sweatshop work, and some manga is like incredible artists who are really putting a craft together. So you have a big mix. But superhero comics is a network of prima donnas.
Well, but you know the real problem with superhero comic books is, this is my opinion,
Yeah.
is that there's never any resolution. There's never end to the story. Like the mangas, even the longest running ones, have a resolution at some point. At some point, they bring the story to an end and they move on with the next book. But we've had, 70, 80 years of Superman, 70, 80 years of Batman, and the characters have never grown.
Well, no, they've grown, and there's been a lot of adaptations and continuing, character base and so on and so forth. But superhero comic books came out of the cliffhanger movie serials as well as the newspaper strips, where the idea was to keep customers coming back to buy whatever was popular. So, whereas manga was the premise was there's another new fast thing to pick up.
Well, I mean, when I say that they haven't, the characters haven't grown, they don't, because what happens is that DC just restarts their universe, and they retell a lot of the stories differently. But I mean, it's more of a. I mean, they might as well just have do more legacy stuff.
Well, different. Well, the reason why DC's getting and Marvel is it's the shared universe. Manga's not a shared universe.
And I think that's one of its strengths is anyone can hop on to a manga series and be like, oh, this is issue number whatever, and there's only so many beforehand, and you're not going to miss out on anything, As if you try and jump on Marvel right now, you don't know what's going on. And it's tough to come in as a breaking point of as a reader that's new.
Well, that's part of editorial because DC and Marvel in the 80s.
Oh man, it was perfect in the 80s. You had the flashback, like the little blurb right at top that would tell you exactly what was going on beforehand, and you would segue right into it. It was perfect.
But the other thing it's like you had people like Jim Shooter, who was like, okay, this book needs to tie into this book, tie into this book. He constantly was cross advertising.
Yep, and the way that it was done was
constantly.
So like smart.
Yeah, exactly. Because there would be like one panel or two panels in one book that tied into, like, he would have an ongoing storyline. Secret Wars was the first like big difference that he did, and he made sure that everyone had some kind of tie-in, right? And then over at DC in 1986 was Crisis of Infinite Earths. But starting in 1984, every title had to have some reference to the Monitor. So if you try and do like a research in the study into Crisis of Infinite Earths, you have to get like 18 months back where they started referring to the Monitor. Yeah. Okay, so that was like a crazy crossover. And now the difference between that and manga is like manga is self-contained.
Mm-hmm.
DC and Marvel was a huge tree. And that was what really drew people in America for like 20 years, from like the 1980s up until actually in the 70s up until for Marvel up until like the 90s. There was a huge tree where everything was intertwined, and it made a gigantic, like almost cosmic space opera, soap opera.
But the cool thing is you can hop in at any point and segue into that stuff. You can't really do that now.
No, and that's where editorial has totally failed, and that's part of the whole collapse. Is
Yep.
like they don't understand. Well, a lot of things, really.
Yeah.
Let's take this for as an issue, which is there are no consequences in superhero books. So if you want to tag a big event like the Flash dies,
Right.
Captain America dies, nobody believes they're dead for good. We know they're going to come back. Steve Rogers is coming back.
Right, but when Thor was turned into a frog, he was a frog in Thor. He was a frog in like the X-Men. He was a frog in, and there was like consequences that happened.
It's a funny joke for a little while, but they're gonna at some point they're gonna change that, either like it never happened, like almost every other person that has been killed, they get killed, they're brought back, and we don't talk about it.
There was like the Mutant Massacre in like 1980, whatever that was, 87.
Right.
Okay, so like there were consequences to that, right? I mean, like Nightcrawler, Colossus, and Kitty Pryde, like they were out of action. They all got jacked. They didn't show up again until Excalibur launched in 1990. But like an Angel became Archangel. So all the things in that storyline had consequences that had like really made a difference in the overall Marvel universe.
Temporarily, but then just like Captain America, they bring them back, and they don't like they're so desperate they don't know what to do with the characters anymore.
Well, that's part of comic books. It's like, and it also has to do with kind of the whole belief system in heroes. Is like you fail, you get lost, you get beat down, and you come back. But when it comes to comic books, I mean, when I was growing up, it was like no one dies except for Bucky and Gwen Stacy, right?
And the Flash.
Well, no, I mean,
No, it was Bucky and Gwen Stacy. That was the
it was Bucky and Gwen Stacy.
Barry Allen was dead for like
And-
20 years. Yeah.
And Uncle Ben.
Right.
Uncle Ben. We always knew Barry Allen was going to come back. I mean, there was some point, and even like long-term fans always had. Like Barry Allen fans, they kept on buying the Flash because they like the Flash. But
because he had ancestors. I mean, he had people in the Legion of Superheroes.
There was seriously some kind of resonance that was like an extension of Barry Allen. And that made that like Barry fans were like a big deal. And when DC brought Barry back, it was a big deal. I mean, it was 30 years in the making. But all the little cameo appearances of Barry, I mean, Barry Allen appeared in Marvel Comics. I mean, everyone was kind of like waiting for when's Barry going to show up. But what you're saying, and I agree with you, and I didn't mean to cut you off or sell your point short, is that consequences really don't matter.
It removes the interesting aspect of the story. So when they had Hulk World or Planet Hulk, and the Hulk had kind of they brought the resolution of Planet Hulk was like, this is a great ending to the story, to the journey of the Hulk. He's found the planet where he's accepted. He's the king, almost a Conan the Barbarian kind of ending, right? He's sitting on his throne. He's ruling. He's got family. He's able to find, happiness. It's a nice American ending to the tragedy of Bruce Banner and the Hulk. And then they completely undo the whole thing with World War Hulk. And it's just like, Planet Hulk was great because it was a great ending to the Hulk story. And I guess as I keep seeing those kinds of story over and over again, my interest in DC and Marvel comics is I can't get excited about the big events anymore because I know the big events are only here temporarily. In a few months they're going to change them and they're going to have no real impact on the storyline.
Right. Well, I mean, with the Hulk, the whole thing with the Hulk is tragic. He's never going to find the happy ending. He's always going to be Bill Bixby with a knapsack walking down the road. Yeah, exactly. The Hulk will never find the Hulk will never find solace. He'll never be at peace. And honestly, that sucks because in a manga book, he would find peace. Story would be over, and then a new book would come out that would be exciting and new, and people would get into it, right?
Sure.
That's kind of, and I think that's kind of your point, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that's exactly my point. My point is that if for comics, for Western comics to survive, they need to stop being soap operas and they should become novels. They should be a story with a beginning, middle, and end. And we introduce ourselves to new heroes instead of giving everything clogged up. I mean, there's a problem. For example, there's also practical problems. Like, let's take, for example, the whole Bat family, Nightwing. Batman, if you think about it, can only be Batman for maybe 10, 15 years before his body is wrecked so much he can't do it anymore. So, but then you've got Nightwing. You've got like 4 or 5 Robins out there. I mean, it's like he's going through a Robin every year or something.
Well, you also run into the problem of not being special, like once you have so many Bat family members, they're just derivatives of Batman.
Right. So really, like, the whole thing is Western comics are serializations. They're meant to be eternal. They're meant to be ongoing stories with cliffhangers to draw people in, and that's how they were originally put together, and that's like the mantra. I mean, when comic books were first put on the newsstand, they sold 3-4 million copies. Batman sold millions of copies per month.
Yep.
Per month. So it's a serialization. It's not a finite story, and it's never meant to be a finite story, and it never will be. But that's not to say that our community can't create stories with a beginning and end.
And I think that's a major advantage that this movement has right now, is because there is that gap that people want something new, they want it contained, or even if it's ongoing, they want to know that, like, is this a project that I can hop onto and it is going to have a definitive end?
Well, see, that is an excellent selling point with an Indiegogo. It's like, this is not an ongoing serial. This story is about the beginning of it. Cerebus was about that. Cerebus was 300 issues. Dave Sims said, this is my character's life story. And at issue 300, he will die. That's it. All right. So it would be advantageous fine, I'll take up the mantle. The characters I'm working on, it's going to be a finite story. Why not? I mean, I think Hillel has a great point. And honestly, I'm 40 years old. I'm not going to write characters for the next 40 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that.
If I have a storyline that lasts 10 years, it'll be a miracle. So my Indiegogo will be a series of characters who have a beginning and a finite end, and I'll promote it that way. It's like a manga. It's like, hey, this is the ride. If you want to get on it now, because it's not going to last forever, and everyone in it is going to die, but it's going to be awesome. You know what I mean?
Well, there's also the other part, too, of bringing inherent value. Like, if you can't bring value to someone, there's no reason for them to even hop on board. So that point of having a segue and a jumping on point, be like, come with me on this adventure. If you want adventure and something new, this is what I can bring to you.
Oh, totally.
Okay, let's see what the chat has to say about your comments. They are chatty. They are really into it, what you guys are talking about, which is cool.
John Dillard's awake now.
John Dillard is saying people refuse to let their stories in, and because of this, canon people don't revere these one-off stories, like White Knight. But you see how well a one-off story can do? White Knight. Yeah, you know what I used to like when I was in high school? I used to like those miniseries. When they would try to see if people like those characters. You had the 4-issue miniseries, Cloak and Dagger, Rocket Raccoon. All those stuff were cool to me because I knew that I didn't have to spend that much money 4 issues, the thing is done. Those are
Yeah.
awesome
Yeah,
stories.
it wasn't a massive investment into it.
Yeah. So if they sucked, yeah, not too bad. It was an ongoing series. But yeah, those are good. I mean, they need to bring. I mean, they are bringing back the miniseries now, unfortunately. But those are good stuff before. And John Diller says the existence of canon is killing comics. Well, what they need to do, and they tried to do it twice, is the New 52 and Rebirth. That doing it too many times kind of kills it too.
Well,
What
DC's done their relaunch of their whole line. Like
Too many times.
it's great. Crisis on Infinite Earths. Every 5 years they have a new.
But Crisis was good. Crisis was really good. It was the best.
Yeah.
And they did not have to do it again, but they did.
I think what DC's missing out on is the beauty of having a multiverse. That is, you don't have to restart your universe every time. All you have to do is, when you get bored with the certain universes, goings on, you just switch universes. But I think the better thing to do, if for some reason I was magically given a say on the direction of DC Comics, which will never happen, but it's nice to fantasize about it. I would do something like I'd go back to the original line, the original 40s characters, and back in the 80s before Crisis, they had started creating these legacy characters like Power Girl being the cousin of Superman. They had Huntress was the daughter of Batman and Catwoman, and it was Infinity Incorporated. And these people had been growing old, and it was the next generation. I would go back and say what's happened in the universe like that for 70 years. Where who's the new Batman if there's a new Batman, or who's the new the main characters?
I don't know. I mean, for me, I like the Crisis of Infinite Earth, but I actually did like the Earth 1, Earth 2 situation. And I was in high school and I understood it. So how come I couldn't understand it and I accepted it? It was cool to see Justice League and JSA every year going against each other. It was cool to read All-Star Comics. I love that stuff. I love that Batman got married to Catwoman and had a daughter named Huntress. I loved all that stuff.
That's what I'm talking about.
They changed it. It's like
that's what I'm saying. I would go back to pre-Crisis and I would pick up on the stories again because I think those were very interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Joshua Hughes says it doesn't matter, Hillel. People want the comics to continue forever.
No, they don't.
Separate Earths, dimensions, where there's an ending, like on the TV shows and movies.
They don't, because if they did, they would still be buying the comics.
Well, they're not buying the comics. It's because they're not writing comics for us people. That's what it is.
That's part of it, but I think there's more.
It's an agenda. It's a political agenda. That's what they're pushing.
But that's not all of it.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. John Dillard says one of the off comic runs are the future. One-off comics of the future. Writing Superman for 10 years is stupid. 50 to 80 years of canon will always intimidate new readers.
Yep.
Yes, that is why they need to do like what they did in 1980s when they did the Crisis of Infinite Earth. When they brought it back, they made sure that they introduced the characters all over again to new audiences. That's what they need to do. But unfortunately, they've done it twice in the last 5 years. That will kill them also.
Characters run and say, look, this is Flash 4. His name is Joe, Bobsled or something. I don't know, but
I want to read that comic.
Joe Bobsled. I want that.
My name is Joe Bobsled. I'm the fastest man alive.
I'm the fastest sledder alive.
What is wrong with that? That sounds like a great comic book. I would buy it.
Is he Jamaican though? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, cool running.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Alrighty. So, wow, we got kind of deep into that debate.
I just want to say that I don't think the only reason that comics is failing is because of the political stuff. I think that has
that is the majority of it.
But I think also the problem.
But before that, the biggest struggle was how do you appeal to new readers and to old readers at the same time?
You get fantastic movies, and you make those fantastic movies into the comic books.
Okay, so you run two separate titles?
No,
if they were smart. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say the movies are a great example because the movies are like one-offs. Because you can kill the Joker off in a movie because they're only going to make 4 or 5 movies in a series at the most.
Well, I mean, that supports what JDGS was just saying. It's like one-off runs, small stories, which is manga-esque.
Right.
I think there's a middle road, where you can appease both. Is actually having someone who, it's kind of like going back to the days where they had a house. I mean, like in the publishing world, they had a house that ran a certain character, right?
Yeah.
Where, like, back in the day in the 90s, there was the Superman house, there was the X-Men house, right?
And I think that's another thing where they kind of fallen apart is there is no central house. Everything's like spread out, literally everywhere.
Right. Yeah. And not only is it spread out, there's no central control, and that's
Exactly.
that's what made Marvel successful, especially in the 80s, is that editorial control interlinked everything and made it a huge soap opera. I mean, that's what it was. It was a soap opera for us when we were young, with like pyrotechnics. You know what I mean? And that's what it was like. It was like, holy crap. I mean, it's like, when honestly, I keep going back to like the Mutant Massacre. Like when they had that was the first big crossover that I remember. You had the X-Men and X-Factor, Thor, Power Pack. Power Pack was even in there. And why was Power Pack in there? Is because Simonson was writing Power Pack and editing the X-Men at the same time. Right?
Yeah, right.
And so she knew how to turn it all together. And that one issue of Power Pack was actually really well written, really well drawn. And so how does this go back to what I'm saying? It's the point is that editorial and keeping things cohesive is very important, for doing a huge series of serial storylines. Okay. But we're kind of in we are in an age where serial long storylines is no longer appealing to the mass.
Yeah.
They want people don't want all the baggage. So to me, I'm thinking it's kind of like you almost do like a split where it's like you have one big storyline that's serialized, and then you have another storyline that big storyline affects, but the alternate storyline keeps going in a serial fashion. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm being clear on that.
Well, kind of the way that they do it in anime is that they'll make an OVA, so they'll make a standalone movie, and then they'll make the series off of that.
So it's kind of like you have the OVA,
yeah,
and then you have
the long form story leading up to the events of the OVA.
So what I'm saying is kind of like the flip on that, So you have a constant, long-standing story already established, and then you print out like concise limited series, and those limited series have more commercial appeal, but for the hardcore fans, they're buying the long-standing story.
I don't know if
I don't know if I verbalized that right.
I'm not entirely sure I quite understand what you're saying, but I'll say this from my standpoint. Personally, for me, the story I would be interested, given the long history of DC and Marvel comics, the thing that would interest me is seeing characters actually progress, and when an action is taken, it's a permanent action, and that's their policy. If we kill off a character, the character's dead. If Spider-Man loses an arm, he loses an arm.
Well, I think that's why the Ultimate Universe did so well in the beginning.
Sure. No, but that's what. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say it did so well in the beginning, but then it's almost like they kept chickening out.
Well, they ended up like making it as convoluted as the comic book universe is.
Yeah, because they're their whole plan was to make it all interlinked and connected like the way it was back in the day. But then you had, who is it, Brian Hitch fall behind in the Ultimate, which kind of screwed up everything.
But then you look at the writers, and they ended up turning into a Mark Millar universe. And I like Mark Millar, but it became a very kinetic, highly combustible universe instead of being a storytelling universe. Like, that's honestly when I really enjoyed Bendis. You know, when he was doing Ultimate Spider-Man, I enjoyed his writing. And it was like fresh. And it was like a new Spider-Man. You know, it was like Spider-Man Revisited. And it was fun.
And it was a nice, new, fresh take on the character.
Yeah,
modernized.
I mean, honestly, I've liked Bendis for years. It was only up until recently when, like, honestly, I think he got Trump derangement syndrome, you know?
Right.
And that's what I think the whole reason why comic books have kind of gotten anchored down is it's like everybody here agrees with this when it became a rallying point for political agenda. It's not.
Yeah, one of the things I thought of a long time ago too is because me just being me, I was like, hey, wait a minute, comic books are not being quote unquote monitored by anything. What's to stop somebody from coming in and injecting their influence and their ideas, and over like a 10-15 year career that become the sub thought of the subculture? And that's something I thought of, and now we're kind of seeing the results of that.
Well, honestly, that's where comic books have always been.
Oh, it's always been there, but now it's to the point where it is what it is, and a lot of the old fans.
I mean, even before that, I mean, you have to backpedal for a second and look at like the timeline in our country, racial equality. In my lifetime has changed dramatically, and I'm only 40 years old. You're 40 years old, right?
Yep.
So it's like when we were kids, racial equality was heavily promoted in a very non-confrontational manner. You know, it was just kind of like enjoy people for who they are, and now it's an aggressive. It's an aggressive.
That's it exactly. It feels like it's being pushed on you. As where back in the day, it was like, yeah, this is how it should be. But now it's like somebody pointing at it, being like, this is how it should be.
Well, it's almost like it switched from going.
Has to be.
There you go. That's it.
It almost seems like it went from being we want everyone to get along to we want our due. We want revenge.
Right. No, yeah, you hit that right there. Yeah, because I mean, growing up in the 80s and 90s, I mean, in the 70s, an interracial couple was, I don't want to say taboo, but it was risque.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then in the 80s, it was still that way, but by the 90s, it was not at all. It was just normal, right?
Right.
It was normal. And now it's like, I don't know if I want to say it's not normal, but honestly, because when you think about it on a day-to-day basis, it is normal. But when you look at the media, race relations are in the tank, but on a day-to-day basis, they're not. So what is really the situation? Nothing's really changed on a day-to-day basis. It's just it's really an agenda.
Well, really, there's more sensitivity. I mean, there's.
Okay, let's get back to comics. Let's get back to comics, people.
Well, I'm working on my trailer right now, if that counts.
Awesome. I want to hear about that. I'm working on my background for my Jasmin right now. I'm listening to you guys. I'm looking at Google Images for what I want. I know exactly what I want, and I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat the background. Why not?
There's no such thing as cheating. It's all being efficient.
Well, I just wanted to color Jasmin. I didn't really care about the background, but you guys are gonna see me cheat. Yay! It's not cheating. It's just I'm creating a thumbnail for this video. That's what I'm doing right now. Right. I'm gonna stick to that story. But carry on. Just don't get too political, people. It's getting kind of deep there. It's interesting. It was
Well, I mean, it's okay for us to talk about it every now and then, but we don't
Yeah.
want to. We don't want to
Yeah.
like be.
well,
a
the funny part is okay. I live in Hawaii, and Hawaii interracial marriages is so damn common for generations. That's why it's so funny for me to hear you guys talk about these things, because here everybody marries everybody. It don't matter.
Right.
My sister married a
it's a small
Samoan.
island,
Okay,
man.
come on. My brother
what?
married a Hawaiian. My sister married a Hawaiian. So intermarriage is nothing for us. Okay, it doesn't mean anything for us.
Well,
when I hear
yeah,
you guys talking about that kind of stuff, I mean,
Well,
generation
but, I mean,
to generation.
Really, now it really doesn't matter now. I mean, it's so natural now after like the last 20 years. It's pretty normal.
Yeah, well,
So like for the news to make a big deal about race, it's silly,
it's
man.
not. It's not.
For Harvard to have like a separate graduation for a segregated graduation, it's ridiculous, man.
Yep.
I mean, dude, I work along people of different races all the time. It doesn't matter. I mean, we're just people. We just do our thing, man. That's the way it should be.
Exactly.
That's the way it should be, man. To me, man, people's focus should be like getting along and making babies, man. That's all life should be about.
In that order.
Yeah, exactly, man. Just get along with your neighbor and make
And have
with-
babies with your neighbor.
Don't. I mean, unless you want to, marry your neighbor, but otherwise, no, don't.
Okay.
Keep the neighbors on the other side of the fence.
That's kind of
Unless it's John Dillard, and then keep them a couple blocks away.
Okay.
Man, there's some really good chat going on. So we have Pixel Trader saying power started to lose its luster before Trump. I feel like Bendis started running on fumes. Yeah, Powers hit its peak in like 2006, and then it went downhill. And then he got hired by Marvel, and then that was a whole another story. Joshua Hughes says, and I'll read Joshua Hughes because why not? I'm not saying everyone wants the story to continue forever, but a lot of customers don't like that they're replacing the older and more popular characters. I think they should have two different, and I like that idea. I think Marvel should run, or DC should run, like the 80s universe and then like the 52 universe. You know what I mean? That's just an idea. It's a lot of books to print, but hey, that's my idea. Then Hughes says again, Earth, one where things change and one where it stays the same. Yeah, okay. And then John Dillard says, creative team can do a long changing story with an armless Peter. I don't know. I met Armless Peter once, but that was at a homeless shelter. But it can't be more. Dude, John, you gotta spell, dude. I can't read this if you don't spell. You have to write the words right. Sorry.
what's going on?
I don't know. John has so many misspellings in that. I'm like worried about him.
Oh,
Maybe
because
he
he's
had a-
driving. He shouldn't be texting and driving.
No, he probably had a seizure.
No, I don't think he is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he was spelling while he was driving because he used caps. Shame on you, John. But he also said Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. It is the Christmas season.
Oh. Hold on.
Damn it.
I just said it's the Christmas season, Manny.
Well, I'm trying to do something, and my Clip Studio is not letting me import an image.
Oh, hey, Mandy, did you end up downloading those 3D files yet?
Yes, I did. I finally got it.
Nice.
I had to update my Clip Studio.
Oh, so you're on the newest version?
Yeah, now I got the newest version. So
Newest version is awesome.
Yeah, so I'm learning all kind of stuff on it. But I tried to do the animation, and because my Photoshop just ran out the other day, and then I tried to do the animation in the Clip Studio, and I just can't get it. I
It's
don't
it's a
understand.
it's a little tricky because it's set up like a
Yeah.
really traditional timeline.
Yeah, so I had to go and plop down the money and get my Photoshop back. So I will be animating the Skunk Girl in Photoshop, which I understand better than the Clip Studio. Maybe I will learn this Clip Studio eventually, but for now I just gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah, I
But
haven't really scratched the animation side of it yet, just because like it's like learning any new software,
yeah,
and that alone, like I'm just like, not yet.
I was trying all kinds of stuff the other night, and I just couldn't get it to work. I couldn't import the image correctly. I couldn't get rid of the backgrounds. I was like, "Oh, this is just too much. This is crazy. I need something now." So I'm like, plop
Well,
down.
one of
Plop down.
the sorry,
No, no,
go
no,
ahead.
go.
Oh, I was going to say one of the really cool things that they just released with the update is you can now import audio. So if you are animating in it, you have your audio that you can time it and sync it with, which is a godsend.
Cool. And I will do that. That is for sure. I mean, if I ever go back and try it, I'll try it again. But the what you call it, the Photoshop is really good at audio and syncing up and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I said, I'm familiar with the Photoshop. I love drawing in Clip Studio though.
Oh man, you can't beat it.
Yeah, I still do all my stuff in Clip Studio, and then I animate in Photoshop.
I was actually enjoying Krita for a while.
Crit is good.
It is good. And the problem is that there are some weird things about it. And I don't remember what my problems were. There were some weird things, like it's hard to do certain things in it. But I mean, as far as the drawing itself, it was great. Drawing, but you know, you look at it, and Clip Studio does so much more, and it's so much more geared towards getting a final publishable comic that you know, Critter just doesn't have that. It's good if you just want to draw like illustration pieces, but if you want to do a comic, there's a lot more you have to do on your own.
Well, and that's important, being able to have that freedom. And I had no idea that Photoshop had like an audio capability. Is that relatively new?
I don't know. I've always had it whenever I used to use it.
Okay. Well, Pixel Trader was saying I need to update Clip Studio to see what's up. And then John Dilly says, but having an official storyline is demeaning to creators telling a one-off, making it irrelevant, and also making the official storyline less impactful. Also learn to read. John learned to spell. But to kind of refute what you're saying is an official storyline doesn't make it demeaning to creators. Actually, you find creators are more creative when they are restricted to certain parameters. It really does make people kind of bloom when they have a certain criteria to meet.
You know what a great example of that is
Comics Code.
Comedy movies. That when Will Ferrell is let loose to do whatever he wants to do,
It
the movie
sucks.
totally sucks. When
Totally
Will Ferrell's given a
sucks.
script and said these are your parameters, they're fantastic.
Yeah, because like Elf
Oh yeah,
versus Talladega Nights. I mean, come on. But really, I mean, some of the best classic movies had to deal with parameters. Some of the best comic book stories were stuck with hardcore editors with parameters.
And the Comic
one-offs-
Code Authority too.
Yeah, and honestly, there's plenty of room for one-offs.
yeah.
There's totally room for one-offs because if you look at things with like a continuity, there's always room for like a day in a life where there's a one-off. You know, like today this happened and this is the one-off.
Yeah, or it could be like this is the reason why this character always carries this thing.
Well, the drag down becomes when you have 30 years of this character carries this one thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I
and
mean,
Unless it's Berserk.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, at some point you have to ask, how mad is the Hulk really? I mean, how mad could he really be? You know,
Hulk's madder than any and every single SJW put together.
you know what I think? You know what I actually think the Hulk's problem is? I think the Hulk is actually diabetic, and I think that if somebody would just get his
His blood sugars levels right, and he'd be fine.
Oh man, that's the best theory I've ever heard.
Because that fits so well.
Banner, you need a Snickers bar.
Hulk need orange juice.
Oh yeah. That's all it is.
Yeah.
The gamma radiation, man. It's all about the Snickers. Banner, come on. I'm telling you.
You know, the funny thing is that this thought never occurred to me until I got diabetes, and then I started, because I have these kind of like, you know, if I'm not on my medication and my sugar's off, I get extremely angry all of a sudden. I'm like, and this must be what it's like for the Hulk. The Hulk is probably diabetic. So
The Hulk could be hangry. I mean, really.
angry, that's right.
So Pixel says I used to do animation in Flash, and that's good because you're old. You used to do animation in Flash, and honestly, so did I. But then he said the Punisher was my favorite comic growing up. I think it was because of his entire series was basically one-offs.
They were, yeah.
But they did build on each other.
But
That's the other thing.
his villains eventually got killed.
Yeah, I mean the Punisher, he moved on. He didn't have. Well, did he? I mean, the Punisher always had like this overwhelming, you know, gloom and doom hanging over his head. So he never moved on. He just killed somebody and went on to the next target.
Right.
With his own sad Hulk music.
Yeah, dun 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 dun. And for the Punisher, man, really, orange juice was never going to help him.
No. Well,
His blood sugar's off.
His problem is that in the Punisher TV show or on Daredevil, they did a great job explaining why he was probably running around murdering everyone. That he was reliving that moment over and over again, and his memory or something wasn't allowing him to move on.
Yeah, and that's what post traumatic stress syndrome is the brain can't. What happens is the brain keeps
Resetting.
It hits that, it goes through that situation, and then press stop and rewind and play again. And instead of moving through it, you keep on reliving that.
Right.
And I had that situation with my own. I have had some serious trauma, and I went through that over and over. But yeah, and that will drive you crazy. It really will if you can't get through it. And his trauma was wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, the way he was handled in the comic books is there was a miniseries, and there was a series of miniseries. There wasn't like an overreaching story arc to the Punisher.
The Punisher becomes lame whenever he appears in other people's comics. And the reason that is because the superhero in the comic he appears in always stops him from being the Punisher.
Well, the Punisher also kind of gets lame when he gets over 20 issues.
Oh.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like, how long can you, after shooting people every single issue, it gets kind of burned out. And then, you know, people will go on to something else, and you have to reinvent the Punisher and send him out on the stands with new targets.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So they tried creative ways of doing it where he was, I mean, they really tried everything now. I mean, there was Franken Punisher, and then he was like Cosmic Ghost Rider Punisher. Was the most current one. But really, to make the Punisher work, he's just kind of like Charles Bronson. but once he avenges his family, it's who is he? I don't know. Maybe Manny knows.
I'm painting Genie.
Okay. All right, guys, well, I gotta kick off.
I'm working here. I'm listening.
working here.
I'm working here, man. I'm working here. I'm just trying to get this
I'll see
thumbnail.
you guys later.
Okay, well, thanks for
Everyone,
coming.
All right.
Happy Hanukkah, Hillel.
oh, it's over.
It's
Thank
over.
you. Yeah, it ended last Sunday.
Cool.
Sunday was last night of Hanukkah.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, peace out, man.
Well,
No, John, I think you're right. It's like let that arc end and then start a new arc. The Punisher is someone who doesn't need supporting characters. He doesn't need a soap opera. He needs a target to kill and a reason to kill them. And then when that's done, move on to the next one.
see, I was lucky when I first started collecting comics. They had the Punisher story arc in Spider-Man 201, 202. That was some good Punisher.
Yeah, that was good.
And-
Punisher.
In that very same month, he was over in Captain America also, the Punisher.
Mhm.
So it was a Frank Miller cover. That was a good story also.
Yeah, I
Punisher
think
was
that,
awesome back then.
Yeah, back in the day when the Punisher showed up, it was like a legitimate threat.
Yeah. I mean, it was for a good reason.
yeah. Now the Punisher's kind of a joke.
Well, like I said, I don't read that much comics anymore. I think comics is just a joke, as most of you guys out there think the same way. Yeah, they're just not fun anymore.
No, I don't buy any new comics anymore, except
Ah.
for Indiegogo.
I've been picking up some of the Alterna.
How's
No, yeah, I should retract. Yeah, but I've been buying Alterna.
It's super fun. Like,
Yeah, totally is.
cool?
like they're really capturing the vibe and feel of what comics were, and that nostalgia factor. Because I was talking to my local comic book shop, and he was like, "Yeah, man, as soon as we get them in, they're off the shelves."
Cool.
So, what are the titles you like?
There's a new one I picked up. I can't remember the name of it. It's like a 1920s kind of.
Is that not Tinseltown, right?
Yes, I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, Tinseltown is fun. So
I think. Oh, go
I
ahead.
got 32 issues for like $30, or no, I got 21 issues for $30, and I'm going to give them all to my niece for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
They're all #1 issues. And
That's
Yeah,
a
I
great
think-
deal.
oh yeah, you can, and then you can go to the Etsy store and kind of good stuff. Just on the chat, Santa Raven says, "I think every time a character's arc ends, Raven should kill them." Raven is supposed to be a hero. Come on, man. Pixel Trader says you should see Punisher War Journal, where he got cut up in prison by Jigsaw. Plastic surgery turned black. Oh yeah. Okay, so there's. Oh my gosh. The
Greg Castle did blackface.
Oh yeah, no, more than that. In order for Frank Castle to not be recognized, he had a plastic surgeon make him black. So
I think
Frank Castle was black.
I think
But,
I
like-
missed that arc altogether.
Oh no, this is '90s. Like this is like heyday, '90s prime story writing. I mean, at its best. Frank Castle became black, like a storyline, and he teamed up with Luke Cage. Okay, so not only was he black, he teamed up with another black guy, so that they could both be black and fight crime as black men. And then at the end of the storyline, Frank's skin turned back to white.
Okay. I don't remember that story.
Oh man, yeah. It's classic, dude. I mean, really, it is. It's just total crap show. It's like, I mean, in the '90s, there were so many books being printed. I mean, oh my gosh.
Yeah, they were throwing anything at the wall.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was like you'd go to the new comic rack, and the new comic rack was like 9 feet long, and like 3 feet thick. And in that new comic rack, you could find Frank Castle going through plastic surgery after he he was black, fighting in the ghetto. And then John Dillard says, I honestly don't need to watch Frank Castle clip his toenails and eat breakfast. Just let me know when he's going to kill more baddies. Something like that. Okay. I read that wrong.
Final Days, is that the story arc?
No, but anytime there's like Frank Castle is clipping his toenails, that's a waste of everybody's time. And Pixel Trader says, all right, Frank Castle and his surgeon was a drugged out hooker. Yeah.
What?
So
the 90s were a heck of a time.
I missed all those. I'm so happy I did.
Man. No, man. And people get nostalgia for 90s comics. You can just direct them towards Frank Castle. He wasn't in blackface, but that was pretty bad. That was a pretty bad book. I may have that down in my vault somewhere. I'll have to check that out. Thanks for reminding me about that one, Pixel. Good times.
All right.
I mean, honestly, that story writing was about as good as Gen 13.
Did anybody ever read Gen 13? Or did
dude, it was horrible.
Or did they just collect it for the covers?
Oh, it was all about TNA.
I only collected it for the covers. I don't think I ever read any of them.
No,
even,
they're all
DV8. I don't think I read any of the DV8s. I collected them, but I never.
I didn't buy DV8.
I definitely bought Wildcats.
Yeah, well, when Travis Charest was doing the art, and you had
good.
Yeah, and you had Richard Friend inking it. It was pretty amazing artwork, and then, but I don't think Alan Moore was writing it till later. So actually, the story kind of sucked. I mean, it was okay. It was okay. It was pretty typical. It wasn't the worst for a story, but the art was amazing when Travis was drawing it. Oh, just amazing. The guy was just brilliant. And he went from like a Jim Lee style to
his own thing.
Yeah, and when he was doing his own thing, I mean, it's more like an illustrator, really graphically it's just incredible.
Yeah, incredibly technical with everything.
So clean. I mean, whether he was drawing intricate machine designs or whether he was drawing, people standing around a room and talking, it was all his style.
And the thing is, it was all pleasant to look at.
It was so pleasing to the eye, wasn't it? Yeah. And then when Alan Moore took over the book, wow. It was really, it was just like they introduced all those new characters, right? You had Dow and oh my gosh, what was that punk rocker's name?
Grunge?
No, the cyborg, the punk girl.
Ladytron?
Ladytron, yeah. And then and then Alan Moore developed. Okay, so it turned out Maul wasn't just a dumb, stupid brute. He was actually like a brilliant guy, but as he got bigger, he lost his intelligence, commensurative to the amount of mass that he like grew or whatever. So however big he got, like he got stupider, right? Okay, so Um, so he was like a brilliant guy, totally brilliant scientist, and could have been a huge benefit to the team. But they always needed him as a strong man because they really didn't have any power. The team didn't have any power. All they had a bunch of fighters, a bunch of hand-to-hand people. But Maul was like the big, huge bruiser. So, I mean, Moore's take on Wildcats was it was fun. I don't think it was his best work by
Is
far.
Is that the arc where Spartan basically took over everything? Like, didn't he take over the U.S. at one point?
No, that was I think that was the second volume. It was Dow took over everything.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was just pulling all those out of storage today, and I was looking for the covers. I'm doing this Hellboy drawing, so I went downstairs and I was like, okay, I'm going to grab a few Hellboy books and bring them up to my studio. Well, a few Hellboy books turned into like all my Hellboy books and all my Sin City books and then all my Wildcat books.
Funny how that happens when you start going through the collection, eh?
I know, right? And then I like grabbed all my Willis Portiseo Wetworks and then
Oh,
like,
Wetworks was so fun.
yeah, and then all my Madman books from Dark Horse, and then the AAA Pop Comics Madman books. I was like, okay, now I need a tote to bring all these upstairs.
You know, I met Mike Mignola down here at a real small little thing. It was so small, so crappy. It was before he hit big. It was just after he did the Death in the Family. So I got got all those covers, you know, signed. But this was just before Hellboy hit, so hardly anybody was going up to him. You know, it was just so weird. You know, I'm happy I had those books to have him sign it. But it was like such a small little, you know, it's like, I think it was like at a library or something. It was so small that I got to meet him. That was pretty cool.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy how big Hellboy became.
Oh, yeah. And it's cool movies. I like those movies. They're awesome.
Well, it's like, so that was Pixel Trader asked if I have all my wizards. Yeah, I have all my wizards.
Yep.
But it's funny. It's like all my wizard magazines. When they started doing the drawing tutorials, I tore out all those out of my wizards and put them in a Manila file folder. And now I gotta find that Manila file. I don't know where that went. That sucks. But when Magnolia and Miller and Byrne all started their own imprint with Dark Horse Legends, you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they had Concrete by Paul Chadwick and Mike Allred's Madman was in that imprint. And John Byrne's Next Man.
Yep.
And I was always kind of bummed. It's like, okay, so John Byrne was really the hugest name out of Marvel Comics. You know, I mean, amazing. John Byrne did everything, right? Every book in the Marvel. He defined the characters in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
He really did. But when it comes down to it, Hellboy and Sin City hit the big time, and X-Men had no commercial appeal.
Crickets.
Absolutely. X-Men was just a dog. So Byrne never hit like the movie the big time.
I just bought some net Next Men. I think I paid like 50 cents.
Yeah, you can get them all.
You can get them so cheap, and they're great art.
And he also had Damage Inc., Sentinel of Liberty, and then Babe. I mean, it was all his like his all the his heyday books at Marvel. I mean, Babe was She-Hulk, Damage Inc. was Fantastic Four, Sin of Liberty was his Captain America stuff, X-Men was the X-Men, and Byrne was trying to like cash. I don't know. I don't want to say Byrne was trying to cash in. He was just drawing and writing the stories he wanted to do. But they never had the commercial appeal like Hellboy or Sin City. And Sin City really doesn't have the commercial appeal anymore, but Hellboy is pretty iconic. That design is pretty nice.
He's got a following. Alrighty. I'm almost there, guys. I did the easy way out.
What'd you do?
I put a genie and just put in some clouds in the genie. And then I copied the carpet, and it was a carpet that had Genie and Aladdin on. I got rid of them.
So, John Joe. Oh, go ahead, man.
Go. No.
No, but we don't. Your camera's off, man. We're looking at a skull and a speaker.
Oh, geez. How the hell did that happen?
I don't know, but it's a pretty cool composition, man.
What the hell?
So while you fix that, I'll say John Diller said those giant knuckles look good. And I'm sure he's talking about a knuckleberry sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, keep that ink out of your brush, Farrell. Sloppy or slopey.
Is he not spelling correct again?
Dude, I really hope John's not driving drunk.
Oh, man, that's horrible. Oh, man.
Because the way he's spelling, he would be pulled over for sure.
Recite the alphabet. Hold on, let me just send this text off here.
All right, John, give me your ZYXs right now. No, I'm not going to do any more inking on this until I draw the gun. And then I'm done. This is going out to JP4. And I think I'm going to give him a little bonus. I think I'll do a flat red on the skin. And kind of give a little homage to Elliot Fernandez, Red and Black. That's it. This one's done. I need to find some water. I had to get rid of all my water sources because my stupid cat.
Oh man, cats are the worst for that.
Yeah, I had to get pickle jars. Pickle jars. And use those to rinse all my brushes out while I'm in studio. So I have an open container. The little fur ball will go and knock it over so she can drink out of it. She'll do that right next to me. Like I'm sitting here working, she'll push a mug over. She is not afraid at all, even though I outweigh her by 200 pounds.
Yeah, cats have no fear when it comes to knocking stuff over. They'll just look at you and be like, what are you going to do?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to shove your head in the jar, cat. What do you think of that?
Hey.
But then again, I would never really do that. And I never admit to doing that while I'm on a Google platform.
Exactly. Tell me that later.
No.
Don't do that out in the open.
No, but honestly, no. I never hurt an animal.
No.
Especially one that I've spent so much money on over the years. That's an investment. I'm keeping her alive to please everybody. So she brings happiness because I fed her. No, but seriously, I hate cats.
Oh, God. Oh, man. That's nice of you to confess that.
But I would never hurt them. I mean, come on, man. I don't have to like them.
Exactly. I don't like cats either.
Growing up, growing up, I had 2 older sisters. And at one time, we had 5 cats in our house.
Ew.
And it was like, I couldn't stand it because my whole house smelled like a freaking litter box, man. So,
Right. You know, I had a minor bird when I was growing up, and the minor bird was awesome. It used to say swear words. But one day I went to go see my minor bird in the morning, and it didn't have a head.
Whoa. Oh, the cat got a hold of it.
I wonder what got my minor bird. Yeah, so I do not like cats. My minor bird was cool. Yeah, you could swear. They're awesome. Minor birds, they'll mimic anything. And I was not me swearing; it was my father used to swear a lot. So he swore just like my father. It was hilarious.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. But it was so cool because we would take the minor bird out of the cage and let it fly. It was almost like a hawk. It would fly off and fly right back to your hand. It was so cool. Yeah.
oh yeah, that sounds cool. I mean, you can't have a pet bird if you have a cat.
Well, it wasn't.
We've all seen the cartoon, right?
We never had cats. It was a stray cat that came into our yard that did it. Because
Ah.
dogs ain't going to jump on a cage.
No,
You know?
no, they like. I think it started like about 10 years ago. People started putting cams on cats, and they found out like cats are really the reason why a lot of birds have gone extinct or
Yeah.
endangered in North America is because of the household pet cat. I mean, they don't kill them to eat them. They kill them for fun.
Yeah.
Cats are freaking psycho, man.
Oh,
No, seriously.
All
I
the
mean, they
cat
go out.
lovers are going to leave our chat now.
Sorry, but think about it. I mean,
Oh,
if your cat weighed another 10 pounds, they would be going after you.
yeah.
They don't love you.
That's why
They
it was so cool this morning. I woke up and I just sat up on my bed and I felt a little paw on my back of my back. You know, my little dog wanted to play before I was going to go out to work, but she's so cool.
Yeah.
Dogs are awesome.
Yeah.
Dogs are awesome. You don't
Dogs
see
are
a
good.
cat doing that to you in the morning, telling you
No.
goodbye. Seriously,
No.
my dog tells me goodbye every single day. I go to kiss my wife goodbye, and my dog, she's laying next to my wife, but just as I'm gonna go kiss my wife goodbye, she has to come up and get her kiss first.
Yeah. But and your dog's the happiest one to see you when you come
Oh,
home.
yeah.
Too.
Oh, I'm coming up the stairs and I can hear her bouncing off the darn door. She's like crazy, jumping up as high as she can. You know,
Oh
it's
yeah.
cool as hell.
It totally is. It's totally
Yeah.
cool.
You don't see
Wow.
a cat doing that.
Never. You never. will.
Never. Cat is not happy to see you. Cat is just like, so where's my dinner? Didn't give me
Cat
nothing
don't
new.
care.
Yeah, it's like,
No,
what?
Cat don't care.
Cat don't care. Honey badger don't care. Cat don't care.
Yeah. Like Pizza Trader was saying, he just said my cat just knocked over a 7-Eleven. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
That's funny.
Not only that cat knock over 7-Eleven.
Oh my goodness. I didn't realize what time it is, guys. Wow, we've been going at this for quite a while. Cool.
Yeah,
but I did finish up what I wanted to do for you guys. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I got to
Those
do it.
colors are brilliant, man. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's looking
Purple.
good, man.
well, I'll take credit for the Jasmin. I won't take credit for the backgrounds. That was just digital magic. That's what that is. But I'll
okay.
take credit for the Jasmin. The Jasmin and and doing the transparent clothing that she has. Yes. Try to get that feeling. That's what I was going for. So I think that's good for tonight. Alrighty, guys. I will be at this tomorrow night. I don't know what time I'll get home, but I will start up a stream after the drawn and quarter. That's for sure. And good luck to whoever is in it tomorrow.
Yeah, right now I don't know who else is on it besides me and Todd.
Hopefully, I get home in time to cheer you guys on.
Yeah, like I said, if they need a sub in, I can still sub in.
John Dillard says, my cat did all kinds of tricks and tried to be as endearing as possible. I still hated it. Okay.
I guess Cross Comics is coming on, and then we have Dina. I don't know who Dina is. So we have 4 people. Cool. I'll be happy to go head to head with Todd with Cross Comics watching.
Hey, wait. We can't say cross on this channel anymore. Voldemort.
That's Voldemort.
Yep, that's what he is, a Canadian Voldemort.
He'll soon be Canadian Baltimore because
Yeah.
his hair's looking thin, man. But that's all right.
Voldemort.
Oh man.
No,
Hey.
I know you got a little thing going with
Yeah.
Rick.
Orange paste.
Oh, it's just
I don't think Rick means to step on your toes, but he just does all the time. He just doesn't know any better
it's
sometimes.
just so hilarious. It's like over there, vote for Ryan Cardinal. Like, serious, dude.
I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
I don't know. It's like the serious cross.
Well,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, Ryan
That's
Ryan was our homeboy from the fan edition. We all had to cheer him on, man.
Yeah,
he
but
he did a great job.
he's
Ryan,
low-
congratulations, man. You
Yes.
kicked
Oh, thanks,
ass.
man.
Congratulations, but he's supposed to still have his loyalty to the gatekeepers.
Oh, come on, Manny.
You
Come
know
on,
that's
man.
true.
You've been on a lot. We'll give Ryan a shot, man. Support
Oh.
him. You know.
Hey, like I said, nobody had a chance against Ryan tonight. Ryan brought his army, obviously. That was a lot of votes tonight.
Yeah, I was actually blown away. I was just like, whoa, that 100 votes. Where did that
Oh.
come from?
I saw I looked at the voting and I'm like, okay, where am I? Okay, I see I'm not in the last place. And then I'm like, whoa, Ryan is getting up there real fast. And I just said, I can't even talk already. There's no sense even trying to get votes. It's done. The voting is
Oh.
over. Ryan won.
Well, Ryan, you did a really good job with the way you manipulated your gray tones and the way you did your foreground, midground, background, and the symmetry. That was really good, man. It was
Yeah, I
really
got-
good.
I got some tricks up my sleeve, so.
Yeah, dude, you pulled them all out, man. It was good.
I should tweet this out.
I mean, I still think I beat you last week in Batman, but you definitely had Jasmin.
Whoa, what's this? What's this saltiness here?
I
have no-
have some fun somewhere. I'm just poking.
I have no saltiness towards Ryan at all. He won tonight, and he deserved to win. I did not do as well as Ryan tonight. I know that. You know,
No.
Yeah, Mike's piece was killer too. Like that,
Oh,
that Jasmine was.
I didn't particularly care for Mike's piece. I thought your piece was superior. That's for sure.
Well, the
Honestly-
angle that he chose was it's a really tough angle to hit.
But Mike usually brings it more. Like he said, I mean, he woke up. I mean, I don't think he was at full strength tonight.
Dude, it was a little too slutty, man, to be honest with you.
Whoa, I didn't go there.
I mean, just to be straight, I mean, even though Disney princesses, whatever, they're all attractive, but you don't need to go slutty on them. You can do.
Right.
I mean, that's where like oh man, I mean, Ryan's was like alluring, but it wasn't like it wasn't trashy at all. That's why it did really well. It was alluring but not trashy. You know.
It was classy. It was very
Yeah.
classy.
Yeah, I pulled it off by the skin of my teeth.
No, you got over 40% of the vote, dude.
Yeah, you just blew it out of the park. There was
Oh, this is-
nobody else was going to win tonight but you.
I was talking about keeping it classy. That's by the skin of my teeth. I usually
There you
go
go.
in
that-
the opposite direction.
Yeah, no, but I think it would really to put you over the top. I mean, your pose wouldn't by itself wasn't going to win. It was how you put the arrangement together, and how you managed your gray tones and your midground, foreground, and the symmetry. That's what will put you over the top. I think that's my opinion, but
Yeah, it was funny too because I was like, oh man, I'm actually going to be kind of done my line work. It's like I guess I'll just gray tone this thing.
yeah, and that was killed it. It was good.
Alrighty, guys. So, Mr. Bill, where can we find you besides the
Um,
show?
You can find me in the stratosphere, and sometimes you can find me on the Earth, but usually you can find me at work. And so I don't really do a lot online right now, but commissions are open. DM me on Twitter, and you can find me at Argos Creations on YouTube, but you'll only find 4 videos. But if you want to see more videos, DM me on Twitter, and maybe I'll do something. And then Twitter, I'm at Bill5, and I just found out that John Dillard's been cribbing a lot of my artwork, so I'm kind of disappointed, but with John, but that's okay.
Okay. Ryan, where can we find you?
Uh,
I'm just moving on. I'm moving on. I'm not going to touch any of that. Just
Nothing.
moving on.
Everybody can
John's
find me.
good. He doesn't need to steal my stuff, man. You can do fine by yourself, man.
All right. Moving on. We went 10 minutes too long.
If anybody wants to find me, all my social media is the Ryan Cardinal. That's TheRyanCardinal, and I have a YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that fun stuff. So if anybody wants to follow me and see the upcoming project that I'm working on, which is Kayas, A Story of Blood and Stone, you can all follow me there.
All righty. That is awesome. And of course, I am Manny from Good Dog Press, and I am so happy you guys came after the big show to come and join us tonight. I mean, we had special guests tonight. Ryan, who won tonight, awesome job.
Well, thank
He
you.
is
Thank
a
you.
fan champ and a pro champ. That is awesome. Cool. You can find me here every night, pretty much Monday through Fridays at 5 o'clock, except on Drawn and Quarter days, which I come on a little bit later, but usually at 5 o'clock. I don't know if I can make it 5 o'clock tomorrow. I got stuff happening at work that's kind of sucked this week. But the great part is next week I am off for 3 weeks. Yay. So I
Nice.
might do maybe 2 shows a day. Ooh, who knows what I'll do. It'll be awesome. So find me at Good Dog Press here on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Manny Correa. You guys can see me over there too. Of course, gooddogpress.net and DeviantArt. And thank you guys for coming and enjoying tonight. I hope you guys enjoy my coloring of my drawing. I did cheat. I did put the genie in by taking somebody else's art, but like I said, I ain't taking credit for that. It was just real fast, try to get some background in there. Alrighty, so I will see you guys again tomorrow. Don't know what time, but we'll be here soon again. Aloha, everyone, and thank you for coming.